Good day, adventures. This is more Drunken Blade. Oh, Lordy, how are you guys doing? Did you see the new intro? That new intro. Kithwin wove that intro just for you guys. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
So pretty.
Yay! Thank you.
We finally got our new stuff going. I have been having a lot of issues with my computer. I have no idea why, but I'm directly connected in right now in a different way. So we'll see if that works. But there's nothing I can do, to be honest with you. If you were here with us last time we played, let me get out of here. My computer just cut out, like permanently. But it's internet issues. It's not my computer. It's the internet. It's not me.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
Ruh-roh.
yeah, we'll figure it out. But there's literally nothing I can do. I mean, you could buy the best computer in the world and it's still not going to fix the connection issues. It's not going to work. But anyway, we realized while we were waiting to get on that, we forgot to assign somebody to do the update. So I'll do the quick update, but between you five, somebody, you know what? Shanoa hasn't done it in a while.
Now, time out. I did the one on Monday.
I did take a lot of notes.
hey.
I might be able to do it just like
Okay.
ad-libbed from my notes. Might miss things though.
Okay, well, you do know that Monday is not today. Today's Wednesday,
I
so
know.
it doesn't matter. What you do with your side chick has nothing to do with us here.
Oh my god.
Shots
Look, I can
fired.
improvise an intro, but I need more than a minute. I need
And-
I need 10 minutes.
Duck and
you
cover.
You guys decide who's going to do it. It's not that big of a deal.
I can do it. I can do
But
it.
this-
I will ad-lib. I can do it.
Okay.
Well, hey, wait. Why don't we do it by committee? I can do up until we get to town.
No, I can do
Somebody-
tonight. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
It's not a big deal.
Tell you
Well-
what, you could always volunteer to do it next week.
There. I don't think I volunteered. I think I got voluntold.
Yeah.
I'm afraid my notes from last week were not great. I got misty-eyed at a couple points, so.
Yeah, last Saturday we had, I had in the first 10 minutes a couple of players absolutely, well, I guess it would be the first 10 minutes of actual playing the game because we did session 0. Had a couple of players absolutely bursting into tears because I killed 2 players literally 4 or 5 minutes into the very first session. And it wasn't even technically session 1, it was session 0. Not just murdered them, not just killed them, but threw them literally off of the second story building.
Oh, you doing okay there, bud?
So yeah, they were
Hey,
bawling.
this sounds familiar. Too
Hey.
soon.
As long as there's no spicy beans.
You do dumb stuff.
Spicy
Doesn't
beans, man.
I can't help you.
No.
Can't help you. But that being said, we are here for Wednesday's Kinship Destiny. I've been waiting for this. I loved last week's session. This is session number 24. We're almost up to 25 sessions, which is a milestone. I think actually session 16 was a milestone, maybe more. But tonight's episode is called Assault and Pep'rrr.
That was a choice.
This will be fun. But last week, if you were with us, if I can remember all of this, it was a big session for me last week. I had a lot on my plate. So, as the party made their way back to Floodblessed, for me, the most interesting part of the entire game was the party meeting Corneal. Corneal was he was from the backwoods, and he had a dog, and he had a pretty fancy cart as well. It was pulled by a pretty mule. Nobody messed with the mule, but they touched the dog, and that might be a problem because they could get some fleas. So as they was approaching him, that Malouk's fella, he was kind of happy to see that Malouk's fella, but Malouk's wasn't having none of it. So as Malouk's kind of disappeared for a while, and well, Kitwin pretty much decided that she was going to be nice to me, so I gave her a little trinket, said I'd see her again, and I bet I will see her at least one more time in my lifetime. Well, my lifetime might be a little bit longer than hers, but I am long in the tooth.
God,
Anyway,
I'm still getting secret dragon from this encounter. I'm excited.
Anyway, she seems to have some pretty damn good intuition, but I haven't been able to talk to Mr. Malouk's yet, but when I do, but the best of my recollection is the rest of the party, they didn't realize I was with them the entire time, made it to Flood Blessed. They had a little hideout in the woods. There was a little shenanigans that had been going on in there. Mr. Malouk did something kind of sneaky, devilish, and we'll talk about that later now, won't we? As the rest of the party made their way in, kind of trickling in, let's start with Shanoa. Shanoa decided that, she was going to go and see if she could find a kinfolk, Ma to be specific, in that cemetery next to Flood Blessed, but unfortunately she did not find a damn thing. Kithwin approached her father with some kind of, I'm not going to say malice, but at least a little like, I'm a little mad at you, Pappy, until, well, of course, like always, mother and daughter, they reunited, and well, she jumped into his loving arms, and he just couldn't get enough of her, and they spoke a bit in a little secret place back in the back of their little tavern there. But yep, he's a harper. Yep, she may have been deceived, Papa said. Just to see. Papa don't lie to you, but he wants to protect you for your own good. But as we motivated our little old selves down the road a ways, old Endymion, well, Endymion, didn't you find out that your mama was some kind of lycanthrope? Some kind of a were-rat on command? She's better now. She's cured, if you can call it that. She controls it with the help of Sabrina's mama. Sabrina's mama's not too happy either. Like to whip a child, but we're not doing that on this stream. We don't whip no children on this stream. Just spank a little bottom next time. So, if I haven't let anything out in Flood Blessed, well, except for the fact that Mr. Malouk's decided to take off on his own, kind of avoiding his parents a little bit, Ma and his other Ma. You see, Mr. Malouk's decided that he may have gotten himself into a little bit of trouble when we left off. And even though he was a different color, somebody probably recognized him and kindly knocked him on the noggin. So we're going to start tonight with Shanoa, actually.
Cool. So after leaving the graveyard, she starts to make her way back to the forge in which she has currently been residing at, to maybe start asking some questions from her father. So I guess she would start making her way there.
Down to the forge?
Yes.
You can be down the forge.
Okay. So
look down at the forge.
Yes.
The ringing out of metal on metal, that familiar sound of hammer hitting steel, and that smell in the air of both wood and coal being used to heat the steel. A little bit of steam rising up has that steam kind of part. You see Deldrick. It's about time y'all got home.
Yeah. We were sightseeing, you could say.
Well, we have been worried a little bit about you.
Yeah, we were gone quite a while. I know Kithwin had sent a note. I assume word got to you.
We all received it.
Huh.
I'm still worried about you. I did hear a little bit, well, from your brother as well. But you seem to have gone on upon what he's going to be doing, and nevertheless,
Yeah, well, at least I don't have to. At least I don't have to get into that with you. And I give him the letter. I'm like, there's more details. I don't know how much info got passed along, but
there's always two sides to the story, and you know your brother never told a good side of a story.
there's
He
the
always,
right side, the wrong side, his side, and then probably what the real side is.
well, if we ever need to, we can get into it. But I'm actually kind of eager to hear what's been going on.
Well, we can do that, because kind of what's been going on, I kind of have questions too. But to give you the short version, because you look busy, because I know without me and him here, it's been you by yourself. So, well, here, let me help you, and I can talk and work at the same time. So she unbuttons the cloak, takes off the sword and wraps it in the cloak and sets it down and unties the hair so her hair goes down, and she begins to just do the manual grunt work of hammering out the steel and all that. So we kind of set out. It was just supposed to be that typical courier mission, and well, things kind of went south and south again and
Hmm.
south again. We kind of got mixed up in some, I guess you'd say, adventuring shenanigans. We helped Gundren out an issue. We kind of took it upon ourselves to take charge and kind of help him with some of his problems, to say the least, without going in too much detail. But
Well, they got that. He's been looking for some kind of fairy tale up that way anyway, and well, we
yeah,
haven't seen him in about a week or so. So, couple weeks now,
so
week and a
so
half.
you well, you probably haven't heard. There's one less rock seeker now. Um,
What?
yeah. Unfortunately, there was some trouble that Tharden ran into, and he's no longer with us.
Thaden
Thaden.
puts down
Um,
his puts down his hammer, calms the bellows. I'm gonna sit by the river here
no,
for a moment to have a seat.
well, I will. And as she goes to sit down, she pulls out her flask that has a little bit of the fire whiskey still in it. Here, you might need this.
Takes a big
Um,
swig of it.
I know it's probably not strong enough for you, but it's something.
It'll work. It'll
Yeah.
work. But nonetheless, what do you have? I'll find out more information about that. But
Yeah, I think Gundren and Nundro they'll probably come speak to you about it.
well, when he gets back, I'll make sure that I talk to him.
Yeah.
But you say he did. Where was the last place you saw him?
The entrance to the mine. The
Oh, they
mine.
found the mind.
Yes. That was one of the things that we helped Gundren with. All of us kind of went adventuring in and cleared out most of the inhabitants of it. Probably more than likely, we took care of whatever he ran into and met his untimely end. So it's kind of a bittersweet victory.
Well,
Um,
you plan on staying here much longer? A few days at least.
maybe a day or two. I know some of my friends have some kind of like the business that we're taking care of, meeting up with families, taking care of stuff, just making sure everything's okay on the home front.
Well, at least
You
you have a place
know,
to stay here.
yeah. Look, I have questions. It's on those subjects that I never ask about because I'm sure probably no, but I I know why people may not tell me the truth.
Truth about what?
Okay, look, I know how you rock seekers are, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. What happened all those years ago, 20-ish years ago now, when I showed up?
When you showed up, what do you mean?
She looks him up and down. While I'm not blood related to you,
Yes, you're adopted. You've known that.
yeah, the elephant in the room, I'm adopted. How did I uh, June how did I get here?
Well, I know we've never had this talk, but maybe it's best if you talk to your mother about this. It's well, I mean, I know how the man's body works, but I'm not quite sure how the
No,
female
no, no,
body
no, no,
works
no,
so
no,
much.
no, 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 not the scientific way. More of, look, we already had that awkward conversation about the birds and the bees. I don't need to know that. The I showed up here at some point.
That's correct. We took you in from Lord Mayor, and he decided that.
So wait, so they they didn't drop me off here. They dropped me off with the mayor.
Well, I guess that the Lord Mayor owed something, a debt or something, and the fact is that he was kind of in charge of some other things that possibly were going on, and was made. I don't know if he really understood that he was going to be in charge of looking after a child.
Um, I guess kind of a spin-off. I know when we left, you gave me the sword over here, and she kind of like motions towards it. Is that have something to do with me too, or is it just that was just a sword you had laying around?
Well, no, I was told to protect this as well. I was looking into maybe looking at the properties of it and things like that, but was a little bit beyond my capabilities. I realized that well, it did have some magical properties and things of that nature, and I had been told that. Well, the mayor passed on information based on there's some information that he had got acquired somehow. I don't really know,
W-
but
Did he share any of it with you?
Eldrick pulls out his small pipe and packs his pipe. Well, you're of age now. It seems like you and your friends have started to make actually a little name for yourselves. Have your friends ever talked about, well, kind of overt things that they maybe have done or their parents have done?
When we were out there, something that you always told me when we'd play cards, you never show your full hand.
Okay.
Some of them may have kind of, I wouldn't say questionable because it's not questionable, but like strange coincidences of kind of that nature of covert type stuff. Again, I don't want to spill anybody else's tea, but there are some odd things that have come up.
Well, I've been given a lot of weapons in my day, different weapons to hold on to and to keep and pass on. I know that you and your brother and others, there's a couple of others that we do trust, but rock seekers, well, we tend to keep to ourselves in this part, to the clan. The clan's not very aware of some of the goings on. Gundren's definitely not fully aware of what's going on. Your brother was not really aware of what's going on, other than the fact that he, on one occasion, had questioned me about, well, several cases of swords. I told him that I'd inventoried them and that indeed there was only 10 boxes, but he swore up and down that you and he had made at least a dozen more boxes than were there. And I said it had to be a clerical error of some sort, but I'm going to come clean with you, Shanoa.
He wasn't always the best at counting, so I see why
Well,
you would.
anything past his fingers was a little hard, but the fact of the matter is that, well, we make extra weapons in order to send them to Neverwinter.
If this is beyond me, but why? Why so secretive?
Well, I've made quite a name for myself with these decorative pommels and hilts and being able to do different things, so it allows me to travel a little bit more freely with weapons than others. Every once in a while, a consignment of swords or daggers falls off the wagon.
Okay. I think I might um I think I'm sort of understand. We did encounter I guess maybe somebody you possibly had supplied things to for. Again, I don't want to say stuff out loud because I don't know where there's ears, but a small group that may want to don't like those currently in charge. And then she kind of stops herself and like touches her nose.
Well, there are lots of places, Shanoa, in which people do not like their, well, let's just say their governments. And when you don't like the government, you tend to find ways to circumvent it, whether it's legally, illegally. But look, in the case of Never Ember, that individual, there's got to be something better.
She kind of looks down for a second and just stares at the sword. And then just kind of stares back at him just to see if like she sees that she keeps making eye contact with him and the sword, just to see if he gives any kind of reaction.
You want me to notice the sword? Is that what you're telling me? To googly eyes?
Do you know what that is?
It's a sword. I looked into it, trying to do my best to uncover its secrets, but well, I see that
Insight,
the pommel
in,
is changed.
insight check. See if he's holding back. If
Go ahead and roll. Give me a roll. But he does mention that he notes that the pommel has changed.
19 on insight, if he really doesn't he doesn't, you know what I'm trying to get at.
His capabilities, as far as you know,
You're-
wouldn't really allow him to delve deep into that.
Okay.
And he's giving no real indication that he's trying to deceive you in any way.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but
Um,
you wrapped something on the handle, on the pommel.
yeah, that individual we ran into, it's almost like they knew me and they recognized that sword pretty much right off the bat. And he pulled off, oh, god damn it. He pulled out something from a keepsake box and it pretty much slotted perfectly into it, basically completing it. And when he did, the sword, well, like it had kind of an aura to it. It just kind of gained more aura to it, and it felt natural for me to hold it. But he and again, I've just failed. He basically told me not to tell anybody really about it and to keep it safe. And here I am, I've just screwed up that.
Well, I think that if you were to tell anybody about that, well, I didn't know the extent of this. I just know that we were supposed to keep something special very safe. I've always assumed that it was you. In time, I thought maybe it was the sword. I didn't have anybody look into it. I know that we have friends here in town, but
Um, without naming names, probably after I leave here, I probably need to go get a drink at the tavern, is what you're saying?
You probably need to go get a drink at the tavern.
Okay. Um, would you say it's reputable tavern? A trustworthy drink would be there?
The same drink that would be there yesterday would be the same drink to be there today, and hopefully it shall be there tomorrow.
And just with everything that's gone on, it's got me paranoid about who to trust, but if you say that it's good to drink there after I leave here, I
Oh, you're talking about this thing again, aren't you?
yes, yeah. You know, look, you rock seekers are not the most subtle of people.
Well, that is a trait that you didn't really pick up now, did you?
Thank God. No offense, Father.
Look, my mind's not
Look,
the
at least I
sharpest.
got my good looks from you all, right?
Well, of course. I mean, the hair on your chin that you shave each morning, I mean, that you must have got that from us.
Yeah.
No, but Shanoa, there are things that are going on in town that, well, I think you should speak to your friends.
I think so too.
Do me a favor. Don't tell anyone of this. Keep
I don't
it
know what you're
secret.
Okay.
There'll be a time and a place. There are a lot of good people here in the Floodbliss trying to do very good things. And if it all works out as planned, well, I think people, well, let's just say we could make Neverwinter better again.
On that note about there's a lot of good people in town. Where there's good, there's bad. Are there any things to avoid in town?
I would definitely not spread rumor, whether intentional or unintentional. I think you have a good group of individuals that surround you. I don't know if I would trust all of them, but only in saying that, well, unless you all, maybe their parents as well, put things together and understand the difficulty that you may have if revealed yourself. Until that time, I think you should just be quiet about it and have a drink and carry on, be merry, and just have fun. You're young.
Okay. She gets up. She gives him she has to bend down, but she'll give him a hug. You think you'll be fine without me here at the forge?
We'll do fine. We'll hire a couple of hands if we need them. It's not that big of a deal. But before you go and see your mother.
Will do. One last thing. If you hear rumors, because things pop up of goblin sightings around town, pay no mind to them.
Okay.
Because
Why?
I know. Well, in our journeys, we encountered some of them. they're all not bad. Not all the stories are all accurate about them. So maybe if you're out, maybe turn a blind eye.
Well, I'll have to play that one by you.
Yeah, play it by ear. You have a good sound, strong, thick head on your shoulders. Play it by ear.
Will do.
Okay. So she gets up, puts back on her cloak, puts the sword back on, and goes inside to see her mom.
Is there anything specific you want to talk to her about, or she's just gonna
No,
chat? She's just basically
just
gonna chat your ear up about what you've been doing,
and
girl
I'll make
stuff.
yeah, and I'll make no mention of the conversation that was outside.
Okay.
I will like the only I guess notable thing I'll be like, okay, I have one silly question. Are boys men just dumb when it comes to talking to women to like start conversations if they like them? This is not me. This is not one of those hypothetically. Are they just that dumb?
Oh yeah, you asking for a friend, are you?
Yes, and it's not me pretending to be the friend. I'm the friend
Oh,
of the friend that it's like it's so blatantly obvious. But come on, man.
boys only have one thing on their mind when they reach a certain age. Depending on the species, I've heard that, well, young ones can be a whole handful, humping on your leg, doing the odd thing to you, trying to touch your parts. But nevertheless, you don't let them do
Ah,
that?
that just sounds like something an animal would do, like a dirty rat would do something like that.
Well, it is what it is, ladies.
Yeah.
Keep the men off you until you get a ring, a proper dowry.
Okay, I because I needed to like I could talk to Kithwin or Sabrina, but like I needed like someone with a little bit more wiser. It's like because I just needed to know, are they just all that dumb?
Well,
Or is
your
it like
father was.
really or is it like I'm overthinking that he's playing dumb but he's actually really smart?
Well, those ones are few and far between. I tell you, when I met your father, dumb as an old bag of rocks, and that would be extending him a pleasurable experience. The matter of the fact is that he was
I
just
think that's just
a
I
boy.
just think that's all the men of the Rock Seeker family.
They got to. Well, it has been said that the ore cart is all the way to the top, but it's not all the way full.
She laughs and then like she gets up, bends down, gives her a kiss on the head, like I think I'm gonna go find my friends and have a drink at the tavern.
Okay, well, you have a place to stay here if you need to.
And then I make my way to the tavern.
So, Malukes, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure? We don't have to.
It's fine. I cast mage armor.
I thought we agreed this was going to happen afterwards. We weren't going to RP that moment.
So I'm assuming that all happened off screen then.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is later in the day.
Sure.
I have promised to Kithwin that I would try to be there to help her with potential discussions with her father. in case it went south or something along those lines. I am obviously not great at telling time, so it's well more than the hour it has taken me to get back into town. The extra hour I spent back at the treehouse, and considerably more time than there. It's probably getting into the late afternoon slash early evening, um, when Maluk's shows up at the door to the tavern and pushes the door open, um, which is, from how I take it, possibly where Kithwin and Shinoa would be at this time.
Shinoa is there already. Kithwin, do me a favor, roll me a d20. I know you're there, but just roll me a d20.
And I'm assuming it's still early enough that people haven't been showing up for dinner yet.
1 second.
That's a 14.
So with a 14, you showing up, I know your intent, Maluk's, but as you're approaching the door, I want you to note this one thing, that as you're approaching the door, you do actually hear a little bit more of a hub of activity, a little bit more of overhearing some boasting, basically this kind of talking. Maybe you can hear Shinoa and Kithwin in the background. They're being we hear so much about you from patrons. We hear so much about you guys. You've been on the road. Tell us about your adventures. Kind of that kind of an attitude inside of the Rankled Boar. So it seems like it's not probably as quiet as you would want it to be. But again, it's not like hundreds of people in there. There's just a few people kind of questioning them about what's been going on.
The door to the inn, is it saloon style where it's kind of like those bisected, like push open doors like you'd see in a saloon in the Wild West? Is it like solid door?
Yeah, there is a set of solid doors that are always pushed back and locked to the back, but the main that can be closed off. But the entrance also has, yes, a set of just a standard, fun, playful kind of saloon style doors.
Hearing the number of voices on the inside, I would give pause. A lot of thoughts going through my head. I'm definitely not able to conceal myself beyond the threshold. I am tall and blue and dabba-dee dabba-die. It's really hard not to notice me. But there's a definite, like, at least maybe a solid minute where he's just hovering there, not sure if he's going to go in or not.
Can I roll a perception to be able to see him?
You would if he came to the door, you would definitely see him. I mean, you can roll if you would like. I know how much you guys like to roll. I'm not going to be taking that away from you guys in 2025.
I want to be able to see him, so I don't want to risk not seeing him. So I will just kind of.
I mean, it's just one of those. I mean, if he walks through the doors, it's inevitable that you would probably see him. That's just who you are. You're the barmaid. You're the woman who always looks at the people coming in.
I'm gonna send you a message if you don't mind. I'll roll for that if you'd like.
No, you don't.
Okay.
None of those individuals seem to be in there.
In that case, after a moment, I pushed one of the doors open. I do not make a big show of it. I try to quietly make my way to the side, possibly towards the bar, but like at some point about halfway into the room, avoiding just the general hubbub and everything like that. I do kind of look up and around for Kithwin or possibly any of the other people that I've been partying with.
I'm used to like when you work in a bar environment, anytime the door opens, your eyes go to it just to register who's coming in. So I see you come in and just cautiously walk across, and I start to like wave you over, and I'm going to roll a perception to see what your state is. That's a 14. What do I notice about you?
Another message to you, Ken.
It's probably one of the worst.
Okay. I need to update something real quick. If it's like that, then I'll set it there. You said a 14?
Yeah.
I'm really not doing a great job of hiding this. I will I'm doing a fair job of not being noticed by the other patrons in the establishment. Certainly, those of you who have been on the road with me are guarding the majority of the detention, which is shocking that no one's paying attention to the bright blue dragonborn that just walked into the room. But just another roll here. Yeah. To provide a point so that everyone kind of gets an idea of what's going on. In this past adventure that we went on, when we got to Finland, when we went through the hideout, when we got to the hideout for the Kragmaws, and when we went to the Wave Echo Cave, Maluk's has not been hit a single time. Maluk's has, and I guarantee you this, has not taken a single point in damage ever since that one night he wandered off on his own. And you've seen him. He's taken care. He has ducked for cover. He's done so many other things. In the candlelight or torchlight or whatever the lanterns are providing in the space, Shanoa, your passive perception also probably picks this up as well if you're paying attention.
We'll see, because I was gonna say, like, what expression has Kithwin made on her face? Because I figured I would be at the bar looking, and then I see her make a face. I would assume, and then kind of like turn to see.
Maluk's is holding his midsection. He has a bit of a slower gait to himself. His tail is not making kind of a serpentine motion like it usually does to help him keep balance all that well. He has bruises on his arms. His clothing has been torn, although it is in the process of repairing itself. And he has a swollen cheek with a black eye.
Kithwin's face has just fallen into one of pure concern, and she's reaching across the table to like tap Shanoa.
Blue blood is faintly smeared against his cheek, where it looks like he has tried to wipe it off at one point and has not gotten all of it.
So in seeing the horror on Kithwin's face, turn around, seeing it, Shanoa would immediately push back the stool, run over, and kind of do the like arm around the shoulder to like keep him up, and kind of put her hand on the midsection and drop 20 lay of hand healing. Jeez, what'd your moms do to you?
I will make my excuses to the table and be like, you know what? I have to go take care of some things. You guys have another round on me, okay? And then I will.
Real quick, actually, Shanoa, as you run up and go to do that, I invite you to roll insight.
Okay.
I will say you're catching me by surprise. Though.
Nat 1 for a 7.
Even with a 7,
7.
as you rush over, you notice there is my good eye at this moment does kind of whine at your approach, and as you do kind of reach out, there is a wince, but there's a freeze, but there's no backing away or anything else along those lines. It is just I am no longer bloodied.
Kithwin will rush up and just be like, "Hey, let's get him to a back room." Malux, are you okay? What happened?
I'm fine.
You are.
I'm fine.
You don't look. I've seen fine. This is not fine. Let's get you somewhere quiet.
Yeah, there's a room in the back we can sit down at. Okay.
I don't need to go into the back. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm good. You don't have to. It's a very weak pushing of your hand off of his shoulder. I'm sorry. I meant to be here earlier. I'm sorry. I got caught up with something.
Hey, it's okay. Everything worked out with Dad. Are you? What happened?
Nothing.
What was this something you got caught up with?
Nothing. It was nothing. Nothing happened.
Hey, do you want me to go get your mom's?
No.
Hearing him say that, it's like, where is nothing at now?
I can't.
Hey, we're here to help you. We're here to help you, okay? It whatever it is, we can figure it out, okay?
It's fine. It's fine. I just I just take. There's a scrabbling for a tankard. I stop. Obviously, it's dirty. I just fumble for the decanter on my side and just pour water. I stop, admonish myself, prestidigitation, clean the mug, wince, hope no one's. Just continue pouring the water and just start to drink.
Kith's gonna go to try and pat his back very gently and just see if. Hey! Oh, sorry.
Don't touch it.
Okay. No touchy.
Aruno, kind of not loudly but voicefully. Kithwin, get him into the back room.
He doesn't want to go in the back room, Dad.
No,
I can't move him right now.
I can't. I'm rolling lots of dice here.
Just take a second to breathe, and then we'll go somewhere safe, okay?
It's not. No, I can't. I'm fine. Persuasion. Yes, please.
I'm also going to add, and someone who says they're fine a lot, me, I know what I'm fine means.
What
That's a
contest
19
first-
persuasion. With a +1, so that's a 20. Because I have the luck rock.
Let's see if I can get there.
God damn it.
That's a 19.
With a +1 because of my luck rock.
My lucky rock.
How much of the attention of the room do I have, DM?
Probably an overwhelming majority. Most eyes when Kithwin and Shinoa got up were looking at Kithwin and Shinoa like anybody would that had been enthralled maybe in their conversation or wanting to know about their conversation, wanting to know where she went so they could get back to the conversation, and then seeing this dragonborn and kind of bleeding at first and then now seems to be in some distress. But Aruno is trying to shuffle you guys back to the back room.
I am crowded. I have so many eyes on me. I am clearly not doing well. I panic and I vanish.
Oh, shit. Do I feel the breeze of him running past me and out the door?
Yes. I would say this is a full run and I have to roll for something.
Yeah, well, you'd see the windows or the doors fly open.
It is very clearly there is a moment where it's just it ringing in the ears. Claustrophobia just over, and Malus is just gone.
Oh, shit.
Okay, wait, hold on, wait. I'm reading something real quick. No, because I don't.
It's okay. I think I know where he might have gone, but I think this is an all hands on deck thing. Let's find the others, and then I think I know where he went.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't think I'll be able to do what I want to try to do.
Above game, if you're trying to hold them in place, I don't know if that's going to end well.
No, I was going to try to hunt. I was going to try to hunter's mark him.
Oh, so we could find him. It's already invisible, but that was clever.
But see, I'm wondering if the hitting of the door it would be one of those prey things.
Why don't you roll a luck for it?
Can we do that? I can try to hunter's mark.
Does hunter's mark require you to see the target?
That's why it's that shot in the dark of the door opening.
It does. I'll be really honest with you. It does. Do me a favor, Shinoa. Roll me just a random d20.
Okay. $10.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's literally just
it was a shot in the dark.
You're emotional, you know, and trying to be hurried along by Aruno and seeing this transpire. I mean, it's literally like a millisecond too late before you think of it.
Okay.
But
I still marked off that I attempted it.
But I will keep that in mind the next time you may have to do something like that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, whatever is going on, it has to be bad. We went through a whole dungeon and he never got a scratch.
So, do you want to go after him and me try to round up the others, or vice versa?
You go get the others. I know where he's going, and I'll lean in and I'm gonna whisper, "Where do we always go when we feel like we need to get away from this place?"
She touches her nose. Okay.
I'll meet you there. Okay.
Okay. I think Brina's probably at the shop, and Dimian's probably with his mom. So I'll try to round them up.
Also, take a zigzag formation there, okay? We don't want to go direct there and lead people out there. Apparently someone has already been checking the place out, okay?
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, and I'll probably need to talk to your dad later. But we'll talk about that later. Okay.
yeah, of course. And also, Dad, sorry, I'll be back for dinner later, okay?
It's okay.
All right. Love you.
I love you too, honey. There'll be plenty of things to eat when you get back if your friends want anything. But bye.
Bye.
As Shanoa runs out, she says, "I love you too," and then runs.
Little strange, but okay.
We needed that. We fucking needed that. Thank you. I don't know. I just feel like it's a rule in the Night Bottle household that you don't leave without saying that because you never know when the next time you're going to see that person is. Yeah, I'm running off to where I think they are. But I'm not going direct there because I don't want to accidentally lead. I don't know if somebody's following Malukes. I don't know what's going on. So I'm not going to go direct there. I'm going to make sort of a zigzag pattern out in the woods and eventually get to the treehouse.
And then I would probably, whichever is closer, either Endymion's house or the alchemy shop, is where I would be headed towards.
Apothecary. Thank you very much.
Apothecary. So whichever one was closer, I would hit first. You're
The
muted.
apothecary would be closest.
But I had
figured
left and I was headed to Dimian's house. So if you get there, I won't be there, but my mom will.
Okay, that'll be fun. But I figure you two probably want to do something before all hell breaks loose. So
Yeah, if you guys have a scene, now's the time.
Totally up to you guys. So Kitwin's weaving her way out towards the. Oh, roll a perception check to see if you just saw Maluk stealthily going behind you, because I did. Shanoa's making her way down to. Hold on a minute. Why do I never have the pages open? Anyway, making her way down to see if Sabrina is at the apothecary. And Sabrina is on her way to go down to see Endymion. So we can put you guys together or however you want that to work out.
Me arriving there would be fine. And I'm not zigzagging because I don't know to zigzag. So I went straight there.
No problem. Roll me a random d20 as well.
It's a 13.
Okay. So whatever conversation you want to have with him.
Okay, so let's just say she arrives at his house. She kind of sends Archimedes to the roof, like just be up there, just shush, and just kind of walks over to knock on the door.
Boy, you better answer that door.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mother. Were you expecting somebody? Let me just get up and put my cheese down and go get it.
I'm never expecting anybody, and we're lactose intolerant. You should know that.
And Damien just gets up and answers the door.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure you're probably in the throes of some really emotional stuff with your mom, but I need to talk to you, and then I'll go say hi to your mom. Or I could do that part first.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing a lot better now, if you want to say hi.
Sabrina just kind of walks in and very wavy, like, "Hi, Mrs. Celine." You look like you're doing better. I guess the potion worked?
Well, I'm hanging in there. Looks like it's worked quite well. I got the color back in my skin a little bit. Good. It seems that my boy here has given us a little bit of funds. You guys been having some fun out there on your own and doing some things, and
Yeah.
we may
We're,
get us a new little place to live, maybe.
oh, I don't know about that. We just, been vagabonding, running around, being rebellious.
Being rebellious. I know about being rebellious.
Yeah, well, my mother. I'm really happy you're doing well, and I would give you a lot more of my attention, but there is just something slightly urgenty I need to talk to with Endymion.
Well, it's perfectly fine. Not a problem whatsoever. You two kids take care now.
So happy you're doing so much better. Because she just kind of runs outside, dragging him by the wrist.
Okay, so did everything go well with your mother or not?
Did you expect it to go well with my mother? Of course it didn't go well with my mother. I'm also kind of shaky because I was in there for a good amount of time, and I don't really know how it went with my mom. I got some information, but clearly not enough because I just feel discombobulated. So I get for taking her on.
I mean, you can always go back later and talk to with it again to refresh your memory or something. Maybe there's something you forgot to ask.
Yeah, probably. There's a couple things I forgot to ask. Actually, the main thing that I wish I'd ask is the same thing I wish I ask every single time I have a conversation with mother. Every time I say, "Good night, Mom. When are you going to tell me about my dad?" It's always the second thing I want to say, but I never ask. Okay, maybe the thing I had to tell you wasn't so urgent, but still. I'm almost 98% sure that there's something going on, but I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to find out what it is, and I'm afraid of taking her on because that woman is scary.
Well, it's probably the same thing my mom was telling me, where they have a little club or something, and this is their new base of operations. It's probably it.
A club? What club?
I mean, either that or it sounds more like. Well, no, I guess it wouldn't be that, but yeah, the whole revolution thing.
What? What do you, the thing with, well, we don't know much about the thing with Shanoa, but is that what you're talking about?
Who? No. Yeah, there's a lot more fights going around than just worrying about Chanel, right?
I meant the crown and the missing heir thing.
God, did you always say everything just out loud in the alley?
God's okay. Look again, discombobulated.
Jeez, are you also a Harper? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Ew. I'm just stupid. I keep thinking that I will be able to properly speak with her, right? Like it'll be an actual conversation of equals, not teacher and student, but it's always just teacher and student, master and apprentice, mother and daughter. It's never in any way, shape, or form on some equal footing with her. It's like, do you understand the concept of crying in front of my mother is horrifying? Like, what is that?
I don't know, but it's kind of weird.
No, she's got me all kinds of messed up now. Because now I'm just saying stupid things out loud and I can't even think through them. Just okay, screw it. What did your mom tell you? Like, what did you find out? Because clearly I learned nothing.
Nothing much, really. Honestly, it was. I did throw some crazy theories out there, but no, it's just they've just been doing the same usual they've been doing, so I don't think they heard, I guess, much details. But then again, I didn't really tell her everything. But I mean, they're just been doing what they've been doing, if that makes sense. Like, there hasn't been much change to the pace or what they're doing. They're just still, you know.
Doing something.
Yeah, but the same thing though is like it hasn't changed. Like they didn't really get affected about the people we ran in with. Like she didn't even hear about any of those people's names or, you know, there must have been like a bunch of nobodies or something. But
Okay. I guess that's that. We suck at this part of the job.
yeah, maybe we should have probably asked questions before just shooting them all, or held off a little bit and kept one alive. But shit happens, I guess.
Sounds like protection.
Really? Are you that upset? You couldn't do better? It's okay. You'll do a lot better. But my mother did say that if we had any like questions, she might be able to look into it for us. So she might gather some info now that she's feeling better.
Like just like that, she's able to walk out and find answers for us. She's been pretty much bedridden since I've.
I never said any of that. If I said she might be able to find out some kind of info depending on what we're asking. Because I did take that guy's J's, and that might be some kind of thing. But if it was not important, it probably doesn't matter.
Sorry. Okay. Okay, well, that's one recourse. How are you? I'm messy, but how are you? We're home. You saw your mom. And you're never going to tell me in front of the others. So, real, like, strip down. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing a lot better. I don't have to worry so much, you know. If anything, I was probably overdoing it about worrying so much. Like, I should have just doing my thing, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but at the same time, it wasn't easy, you know, all these new crazy stuff that was happening, you know. But, no, I'm doing a lot better, if anything. That's what you're concerned about.
Did you get it out of your system?
Get what out of the system?
And that's a question my mom asked me. I got the adventuring out of my system.
I mean, aside from the killing part, I don't think it felt really much different of the things I would kind of be doing. You know, definitely a lot more crime. But, no, I mean, it's almost, you know, same struggle, different day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you're just fine. You're fine.
Well, at least about that, yeah.
Is there something you're not fine about? Not that I want you to not be fine. It's just, you know what? You say you're okay, then you're okay. I'm not okay. I'm never okay. And it'd be nice if I was at some point as fine and okay as you are. Maybe we should go find the others. It's been a minute. Maybe they found something else. Found out something better.
That's how they said to meet back at the place. Because I did ask, like, hey, do you guys want to meet up in town? We do something? They're like, nope, just meet up at the clubhouse. So unless somebody shows up or something, I don't think that's changed. Plus, we still got plenty of time before we have to head back.
Yeah. Oh, we can. Yeah, you're right. We could probably just chill here for a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm again just really angry at myself. I was supposed to do better, you know. I was supposed to come back and give her a taste of her own medicine, and I kind of flaked.
Well, I mean, we still have a lot of chances to do that. I mean, we still got that one. Got to help that one widow lady. Are we gonna go do that? I'm not.
The thing at the tree, as far as I know, because we promised, and I'm not going to break my promise, and I know Kithwin's not going to break her promise.
Well, I mean, maybe it'll be fun.
And I'm sure you will be completely calm the entire friggin' time.
No, not really. I mean, I've told you this. I told you, like, it's a scary thing. I told you I was scared.
Yeah, your eyebrows twitched a little. That was you scared. Last time I was scared of something, I ended up running into a ghoul's nest thing.
See, but that's the great thing, isn't it? Is that something you chose to do?
Guys, I'm sorry. I've tried. They are very rowdy right now.
They're not bothering me.
You're fine.
Sabrina just kind of like be taking it in. For some reason, she herself is not fully grasping what he's trying to say, because Lily did, but and she's kind of stuck in this very like, why is everything just like okay and calm? Like, why, like, I want to have a freak out and I can't if the person in front of me is just so okay and calm. Let's just go I'll just go chill with your mom for a bit, because I felt kind of bad. That was a little rude of me.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was gonna say, I don't know if you have any questions for her you might want to ask, but maybe you can share that new staff you got or something.
That'd be fun. That's up to the DM if he wants to do that.
You're muted,
I
hon.
completely apologize. I was looking at something for Mr. Malouk's, and I got a little sidetracked myself. You all can be, or can at least for the most part, I know Shanoa, Sabrina, and Endymion would be close. But if Malouk's and Kithwin, if you want to get there just slightly ahead of them, which you normally would, or you naturally would, that would be fine.
I think Kithwin does get there. I don't know if Malouk's is still invisible or if he's not there yet or not, but I think she'd just sit at the treehouse supportively and just be like, okay, I don't know if you're here or not, but I'm just gonna sit here, and when you're ready to talk, I'm here.
Okay. So
math-wise,
yeah,
Kithwin
right.
is fast as fuck.
Yeah,
Same monk.
right now, Kithwin, you're sitting there in what you perceive to be a completely empty area with no signs whatsoever of anyone being here since the last time you remember being here. Nothing's been moved or changed, except for I need you to give me a perception check.
Your mic is on.
That's a 20. Unnatural, but a 20.
Okay. As you sit there, calling out or looking for signs of Malouk's possibly being there, kind of knowing he's going to be there. You notice several new, maybe some names or something like that, kind of insignificant at the moment, scratched or scribed into the side of the the treehouse. Maybe youngins kind of take a new claim to it. There are several there that you ponder as maybe a joyful thought of a time in which you scribed your own name into tree itself. And claiming ownership from whoever previously owned it from you. But one thing you do recognize is that you can distinctly see, aged and weathered, all the names of your friends, except for one.
I'll go and kind of trace the names with my fingers. And I remember that when we were real little, Luke's was scared to do it, I think. And so I had scratched it in for him. I thought I'd scratched it in for him. And I just traced my finger where I had scratched his name in before.
Maluk's name is there.
But Luke's name is there?
Did I miss? I know you're texting me. You don't need to text me. You just need to put your hand up and down.
I will go ahead and clarify. No, my name is not there.
Okay. I thought, to be honest with you, my indication was that you took out Thordrin's name. That's what.
Well, it does not take much. With a 20, you discover that both of those names are missing.
Okay. That's what I was. That's what you say.
So yeah, she traces her finger where Maluk's name was, and just kind of glances where she thought Thordrin had scratched his. And that's kind of just where she is for a few moments, just like thinking and remembering and just wondering what the hell this means. And then she'll just turn and start calling out for Maluk's again. Luke's? Luke's, are you there? After a while, when she doesn't receive an answer, she'll just stay quiet and just keep her eyes peeled.
Are you going to get there?
Out of curiosity, Shanoa, how quickly do you go and get the lovebirds?
They would
After
honestly
probably after a 2 or 3 minute awkward conversation with Sabrina's mom, I'll be like, I need to go, and as I back out, I would probably run into him then and be like, I can't explain because I really can't explain, but we need to get back to the clubhouse. Something happened, but I don't know what. We probably need to get there hastily, but like we can't make it obvious we're going there, if that makes sense. A lot's gone on.
Okay. So do me a favor. Let's do this. And Endymion, Shanoa, and Sabrina, roll me just a random d20 for me.
10.
Okay.
10 as well.
10 as well.
A 2.
And a 2.
2 10s and a 2.
Endymion, dumbfounded by love. No.
Do something.
Trails behind Sabrina and Shanoa. The two ladies hastily making their way out to the treehouse.
Somewhat hastily.
Yeah.
Briskly.
Sabrina is very like straight walking, like just speed walking, angry.
No problem.
Like Shanoa will look back like, I guess the conversation went well with your mom.
It's like, if that question is for me, no.
Just that like, okay. Continue on.
So you guys reach the treehouse. Kits, when you do hear them, they're not trying to be silent, it doesn't seem like, but you do hear them approaching. Anything different you want to do? You were kind of on alert anyway, so.
I'll just lean out, make sure it's them before I say anything, and just, hey, up here. I haven't found him yet, but I'm sure he'll be here soon. This is the only place I think he ever felt safe-ish.
What happened? This Before I open my mouth again, what happened?
He showed up at the tavern, and it looked like somebody beat the crap out of him.
Looks?
And then he,
Yeah.
then he got spooked and kind of like disappeared. And
Doesn't he
we
just go
kinda-
invisible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
we
he's
just-
already here.
And Kithwin just made an educated guess that he possibly would be here.
I guess I could be wrong. I hope I'm not. I hope he shows up soon. I'm really worried. Look, you see where we all put our names?
Well, I can check if he's here. Technically I can cast Fairy Fire and reveal anyone who's invisible.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you at this point. Anybody do anything?
I mean, you can always throw some pocket flower around and maybe you'll get them.
Wait, you have pocket flower?
Are you planning on baking a cake or something?
Yeah, in my pocket with some apples.
You know, I've seen a lot of magic shit happen. I'm not going to question that. Maybe you can bake a arepa or a pie in your pocket. I don't know.
I can turn into a squirrel, so I mean.
Well, it's nice
Seriously,
that you guys
guys,
volunteered once it's baked.
I'm really fucking worried, okay? Something bad is happening with him and he won't say anything.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm casting Fairy Fire in the area so I can see if he's in the clubhouse or around us. It is a radius.
Okay.
20-foot radius or like a cube.
Can you read the first sentence of Fairy Fire?
Objects in a 20-foot cube within range are outlined with blue, green, violet, or gray. Blue, green, or violet light. Each creature in the cube is also outlined if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Well, because don't you have to target something particular, or can you just drop
The
fairy?
center.
It's an area of effect thing. So.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I thought you had to hit something with it for. Okay.
No, it's good for revealing invisible people.
Okay.
It's like cluster bombing in Battleship.
Okay.
You just see her like take out her wand and I don't remember what wand is, but like take out her wand and just kind of like encircle, trying to get the fairy fire to work.
What color are you going with?
Well,
it depends.
So who's all in there? Kithwin that we can see. Kithwin, Shanoa, and Endymion. Are they willing?
I mean, I'd fail the dex save. I guess I'm glowing now. I'm so focused on everything else. I don't think I would think to try and defend against it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so awkward if someone were to come out of the woods and attack you guys right.
Yeah, like I'm not.
Or there's something else in there. It's the Noth that's in there with us.
Like an invisible person who is definitely not Maluk's.
Okay, Mr. Sneaky over here get saves. Like, Maluk's, I'm not doing this to be a bitch.
If we're all
please.
If we're all glowing, can we be the different Powerpuff Girl colors?
Oh, I will, for flavor, I will allow you to all be different colors if you wish.
I mean, if he ran all the way over here, wouldn't we hear him? His panting and stuff. Like, one thing is not being able to see him, but
not everyone can hear the way you can hear.
Oh, come on, Luke's.
Do we see him? Do we see them?
There doesn't seem to be anything other than you all, you four, Kithwin, Sabrina, Shanoa, and Endymion, actually glowing or having an outline or faint, and you can plainly see them. There is no other humanoid figures or non-humanoid figures glowing in this area of effect.
Well, he's either much better than me or he's not here.
God, okay, maybe maybe he went to his mom. Maybe we go. I don't know. I'm fucking scared.
Okay, first off, I doubt he went to his mom's. If he was as beat up as you say he was, he would never want his moms to see him like that. They would never let him out of the house again.
Well, the only other thing I can think of is that he left. God, I hope he didn't leave.
I don't think he'd leave. I think he's hiding. This. I'm not trying to say this in a bad way at all, but one of his instincts is to hide. It always has been. And yeah, he's gotten stronger, so he's gotten bolder, but this he got hurt. You're telling me he got hurt.
Hurt, bloodied. Kith, upon hearing he's probably hiding, starts going into the clubhouse and like opening boxes and like pillows, turning pillows over. Like she is in full like I feel helpless mode. And is just searching the house in order to just search the house. As a matter of fact, I'll roll an investigation on it.
Okay. I mean,
I'll search the
That's
surrounding
a
area.
5.
Maybe
I know this isn't gonna
opening pillowcases.
I know this isn't gonna do anything, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I dropped Divine Sense.
okay. Kithwin, Maluk's is pretty big, but you're like opening like small containers looking inside.
I never said I was being rational. I am looking up
frantic.
Ever since magic has become a part of my world, nothing
Maybe he
beyond.
went invisible and shrank.
Honestly,
No,
fair.
you've seen what his wild magic can do. Oh my god, what if he like surged and he's like in a different plane or something now?
Okay,
What if
Is there a potted plant anywhere?
Kith, you need to breathe. I'm gonna go search in the woods area. Maybe I'll find tracks. Just let me go. Can I roll for investigation of that?
You 100% can roll for looking for tracks and investigation.
Watch him still be in the
How
tower.
How far out do you go in feet? Let me know that.
I'll go about maybe 20 or 30 feet just to see, like maybe he got close, maybe he left.
20 or 30?
Between 20 and 30.
So 25.
So 25.
25. Maybe single.
Okay.
25 feet. Okay, and my investigation is, I will freeze for a second. Oh, god damn it, a 9.
A 9.
A 9. Wait.
Okay.
What about survival? Doesn't that help with tracks too?
It does.
I mean, it's not going to matter to me what you roll.
No, I got a 9 on investigation.
25 feet out, finding yourself in bramble, in a little bit of a torn dress from a thorn or several things catching upon you, and you're frantically looking around. And you can definitely hear in the background just the most random sounds of things being opened, closed, cabinet doors being opened, open and closed, probably the same one a few times, just to double check.
Just echoing into a can. Luke's?
Yep. As this
A potted plant. Is this you?
as this is randomly occurring, you get to an area that is going to be directly, almost perfectly east of your location, 25 feet from the clubhouse, the treehouse.
Okay.
You see the small thicket start to open a little bit, and you see
stepping out of the thicket, very much looking, still despite the healing magic from Shanoa, still very worse for the wear, and looking like he has probably tripped and fallen into quite the amount of dirt piles. Luke stumbles probably directly into you, Sabrina.
Oh shit. Very, very quickly before I even scream out. Oh my god. Cast healing word. 15 points of healing.
What?
Immediate. First thing she does. It's like Like an injection.
There is an absolute startled yelp followed by another yelp as how does your healing magic appear, by the way?
It comes from my wand since I was holding it. So I was immediately like trying to toss it over you as you like fell on me. So it would have come out like in swirls of blue and like entered. Blue is the theme, guys. If you're looking for a color, it's blue.
Having not been on the receiving end of one of your healing spells before, there's the absolute yelp of someone who has like accidentally knocked into you, and then that sudden oncoming magic and like the just because I have not updated yet to dark vision, it just float like light just and you just hear ah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do we
How
all
loud
hear
was
the
it?
yell?
Oh
How loud was that?
Oh, it's 25 feet away. You guys definitely hear me.
It's
So-
only 25
so
feet
we
away.
all,
It's an
like-
absolute pure scream.
So we all like drop what we're doing and run out of the hut, for sure.
Yeah. Once I know that he's healing, you're like, I'm really sorry. I know you want to keep quiet, but this is concerning Kev.
I'm here. I'm
Kev,
here.
I
I'm
found
here.
him.
Why? What are you doing? What?
Hey, there you are. We were worried.
I'm. There's a definite. The black guy has softened by this point. Only the stains of blood still remain. The swelling has gone down. The bruises are barely lingering in to this healing magic that I've suddenly had thrust upon me against my will. I backed against a tree.
Oh, guys, give him air. Give him air. And I'll motion for everyone to back away. Are you okay? It's just us.
I think he's just a little stunned. I did kind of just heal him really quickly, or what I could.
I look around. Do I see all four of you?
Well, yeah, we all ran out when we heard the yell.
Shanoa and Divian?
Yeah, you would see me a little bit more behind. I just walked out. I mean, it wasn't that far.
Hey, do you want to go
Hey.
in the hut?
So it looks like you guys beat me back here, huh? Damn. I'm really fucking bad at finding my way back here. Yeah, so hey guys, how's it going?
Hi. Do you feel? Do you wanna talk?
Wonderful.
I just need names
What?
and
No.
descriptions.
What? No. There's, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
I don't know why
Luke's-
you keep saying things like that. Like, Malux, I get it. You don't want to ever be a problem. I understand that. And you've done an amazing job of not being anyone's issue. You have been the strongest among us. Let us help you. And I need names.
There's a distinct lack of eye contact as I move past towards the treehouse. I go, guys, it's fine. There's nothing.
Luke's,
Nothing happening.
why is your name missing from the tree? The one I put there all those years ago? I noticed yours is missing.
There's no hiding it. Despite the amount of him trying to play this off. Kithwin asks where the name goes. If none of you had noticed it, just following my eye line to that space is enough of a dead giveaway. I know. Guess I can't lie my way out of this one, huh?
You don't have to lie to us. We're your friends, Luke's.
I mean, enough has happened that we haven't earned your trust yet. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Malukes takes that probably one of the deepest breaths you have ever seen before. It is a breath that, were it quicker, you know he has done that to exhale exsanguination, fire, and flames before, but this is a just a breath. Yeah, can't get myself out of this one. He stirs and stands up straight. I I have to apologize. I'm afraid I have deceived all of you. I've played you all of you, for the fools I thought you were, and I took advantage of your charity and weakness. I haven't been honest in returning those thoughts and favors that you've provided to me, and I admit I've been ready to drop you all at a moment's notice, come the surest sign of a better way for myself. I've been selfish, covetous, and most of all, I've been ready to betray each and every one of you if it meant gaining an advantage for my own purposes. I'm afraid I have to admit I stare at the space where my name lacks and I gesture towards it. We aren't we aren't really friends, or rather, I have not been a friend to all of you. I've I've been keeping secrets and telling lies. I've been playing along and coming to your little frequent gatherings, all for the purpose of saving my own skin. And while on the surface it may look like I've been trying to get closer, I'm gonna be honest, I've been trying to shield myself from some bad people. And it looks like I can't keep this under wraps anymore, so I guess I'll spill my guts. Though I get it if you don't want to listen.
I want to listen.
You you all know I haven't had the best relationship with my powers in all this my time here. And while I appreciate those of you who have put up with me when it's gotten rough, there's a lot of people who rather I didn't try, or I weren't around, or didn't exist, or I don't really know. Some years back, I don't know how it started, but you know how some of the other kids would pick on me? Well, it, it wasn't just the kids for long. I I can't I can't recall exactly what triggered it. If it was really my fault or not. I just remember my next door neighbor called me something and kind of caught me off guard. I can't remember what it was, just that it surprised me, and then I was just on my back and there were people just hitting me. I, I don't remember how long it went on for, but someone eventually got them to stop. They pulled me up and they told me I was okay, but I didn't feel okay. And they told me that I actually just tripped over some loose bags. And they told me not to tell my moms because otherwise they get too worried. And I believed them because they were watch guards. And that I shouldn't cry because I could tough it out. I don't know. I guess at the time I was so shocked. I thought it was only a one and done sort of deal, but some point later, someone tripped me and it happened again, and it kept hurting. And I got scared and I was going to tell my moms, but then they told me that if I told anyone about this happening, they would hurt them. And I wasn't very old, and I'm not grown up, and I didn't know what to do, so they, they blamed me for a lot of things. There was a brush fire, there was a frozen spot outside the inn. One of the dogs just got old and barked at someone. If something just didn't go just right, they would take it out on me because I don't know, maybe I am bad luck. There's a couple of years where harvest wasn't good, and I tried my best to hide, but they have a lot of people who watch out for me, and I can't hide from them all the time. They've roughed me up really bad, but I kept quiet. Even when they broke my arm behind the temple, and I almost burned the place down on accident. And I had to apologize to everyone, and they banned me from it because I ruined a lot of things. If they really hurt me, the guys in the watch would just tell them to take me to Baby to get patched up because I can't get healing at the temple anymore. She'd have a potion sometimes, and I had to do some work to pay it off, but she wouldn't let me stick around too much because I just kept having accidents. I mean, I've been trying to get away for years now. I've been trying to hop on those carts that come through so I can get away, but I keep finding out and they drag me back here. I've even tried to convince my moms that we should move away because I can't make any money here, but really it's because I can't keep facing these people. I'm scared that one day if they go too far, or if I go too far, what will happen then? Because I know that I joke around that I'm just human like my moms are, but I'm not. I know I'm not. I'm not a person to these people. I'm just a monster. I'm the dragon. I'm not like any of you. But they're not afraid of me because I'm just a kid and I don't know what to do anymore. I thought if I took this job with you guys, that at some point I could have just snuck away and left for somewhere else, but I, things didn't work out the way I thought they would. And now I'm stuck back here and I don't know what to do. I can't hide in the woods anymore because there's no more bear to be a shield for me, and I can't face my moms like this because nothing changed for me. I didn't find or make anything out there that would solve this stuff, and if I try to fix things myself, it'll just make everything worse, and I'll be exiled or killed, but my moms will get kicked out, or I don't know. I just don't know what to do. So I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I haven't been any sort of actual friend to you guys, and it's not right of me to ask after pretending for all these years. But I don't know what else to do. I need help, and I'm sorry. I wish I was better to all of you, but I need your help because you're all amazing, and you can do so much, and I'm just a fuck up, and I really need some friends, please. I can't keep doing this. I need help. Please help me, please. I don't know what to do. Please help me.
Luke's, can I give you a hug?
Luke's is prostrate on the ground in front of all of you. Tears down his face.
Kith just leans in and just puts her arms around your neck and just gives you a hug. She looks up at the rest of them and just kind of like tilts her head over to be like, please help me out. He needs a second.
Sabrina's the first to kind of be like, we'll give you guys a minute. I'll just
No. Hug him.
Oh, I thought you wanted to leave. Again.
He needs all of us.
Sabrina just kind of like walks around and awkwardly hugs like this just feels uncomfortable, but I'm trying to help.
Shanoa would go over and just like take a knee next to him, and the hand on the shoulder as like Sabrina's like trying to do the awkward like.
Indy.
And then Shanoa just kind of looks over at Endymion.
What? Oh. Yeah, you just walk over and. You good there?
You like
You're not
pat him
getting
on the
sick of those
head,
gold, though.
which is like a huge hug from Endymion. Hey. It's nice to meet you. I'd really like to be your friend, and of course we'll help you.
My question is the same. I need names and descriptions. Oh, I have descriptions. I just need names. Unless it's like a group thing, and then I already have what I need.
In the years that Maluk's has been with all of you, he has not been a very physical person. This moment, as the quiet passes, he continues to feel the tears flowing down his face. Pardon me. His arms slowly reach out and begin to wrap around these individuals that choose to be close to him. He grips tight and just heaves quietly into the grass, whispering quiet I'm sorries.
It's okay. It's okay. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. They're going to pay.
That's the great thing about what we've been doing the last month. We are so desensitized to killing.
Oh, his moms are still here. I don't know if killing is the way to go. Maybe just maim. Maybe just maim.
Why are you trying to take my fun? I can promise to try and maim, but I can't decide if this dagger just goes a little too deep.
Plus, you just.
Hold on, everyone. Hold on, before we jump to conclusions, maybe we should ask Maluk's what he feels we should do.
I'll take a handkerchief out of my pocket and just kind of give it to him to dab his face. Yeah, man.
Such a ugly crier.
Dragonborn snot.
Yeah, it's bad. It burns a little.
Maluk's, I told you many moons ago I'd follow you to the gates of Avernus. I still stand by that.
I honestly don't think I deserve you guys.
Shush. It's not a matter of deserving. You have us. You're not getting rid of us. At least not this easily. And what you've been through doesn't make you a bad person. They're the bad people. You did what you thought you needed to do, and you heroically took it for years to protect your moms. Don't you ever apologize for that. I just wish we'd been stronger earlier so we could help.
At that, Sabrina would kind of like disengage a little bit and then just start like tapping herself. Be like, what do I have? What's on me right now? And she starts counting like her daggers again.
Oh God. So many people ready to go John Wick.
Oh no, yeah, like I will say this above game. She does not care whether you want her to do it or not. She needs to blow off some steam, and you just gave her the perfect excuse to. Like, I'm not joking. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go find guards, and I don't care if it's the right guards. That's what. Unless
Hold
DM
your
forces me to go
horses,
somewhere else.
Stabby Sally.
It's gonna happen.
So you guys, that might be fair. Maluk's would need to take several minutes to come back to a sober enough position in order to answer questions. But for the first time in his life, he has actually opened up to the people who call themselves his friends, even if he has been selfishly not.
Okay. So we're going to take a quick break. I just realized that this intermission is only 3 minutes. We usually take 5, but we'll do.
I don't know why I made it 3. My apologies. I thought it was a 3-minuter.
No, I can actually run it twice if I need to. We'll just do it first. We'll do a quick 3 minutes. Grab something to eat. When we get back, if a few of you are still indisposed, it's not even a big deal. We don't need to correct anything other than we'll see you in a few minutes. And welcome back. Well, Let's do something we skipped last week on accident before I do a quick recap.
Does that mean we get double of that thing?
It's fortune cookie time. Completely forgot last week. So for those of you who don't know, we're going to be trying anyway, to open fortune cookies, and then we see what the result is. And that's going to hopefully try to steer our party in a direction for the rest of the evening, or maybe not. Oh, this one says Sabrina is a murder hobo. Oh, no, I'm just joking.
Stabby McStabber face.
Actually,
some of these people might deserve it, but
this might be pointed to Maluk's. So this fortune says, don't forget to say thank you.
Oh, I'm going on a killing spree.
oh, I'm definitely gonna be.
Going on a killing spree in your hometown.
Yeah, we might have to play it more careful than that. But if there is
Yeah.
one we're going to kill, I'm going to point him in your direction.
Well, after all of them getting back to Floodblessed, meeting individually with their guardians, parents, others, people are just rejoicing in the fact that they've made it back. And some individuals may have paid a little bit more attention to some of our party. Maybe they're feeling like they're a little bit more heroic. Some of them, not so much. Maluk's revealing that he indeed's been being beaten up for quite some time as a youth, and most recently made his way back out to the party who were searching for him at the treehouse. And it would seem that Maluk's may have come to the grandest of realizations in that true friends do surround him with hugs, well wishes. Well, all except for Endymion. Endymion's show of love, his outburst of attention towards Maluk's. The patter of rain outside starts to pick up. Overcast as it usually was. You could see a break in the clouds. Endymion noticing this most of all, rolling a perception check.
I think with the rain having come in and having a few moments to come back to a calm, a hopefully calmed temperament, I guess you could say. It's likely that Maluk's would have to try to keep his friends dry and out of the rain. He probably would have asked if they all would have mind moving into the clubhouse or the treehouse, somewhere where there's a roof, so he doesn't have to try to keep up cantrip on everyone.
No, the area, we haven't really described that area a lot. There's been a little bit of input. It does seem like it is more of an open topped kind of area, but having different canopies and different, maybe just the way it's designed and some natural foliage, it does keep it relatively dry inside. And other than that, if we ever want to just fully describe what it's ever going to look like, we can do that. If you guys want to ever modify it in any way.
I think he would, at the very least, try to find a good dry patch of ground where he can actually just talk with these people. It's clear he needed every single one of those points of healing, and he very much doesn't. Oh, we lost someone. He very much looks like he's not ready to leave just yet. So as he's kind of he's moved to a sitting position, kind of knees tucked up, kind of close to his chest, but his head is up and a little bit weak. At this point, he's just listening at this moment. So
Okay.
Now that he's actually aware of what these friends of his are asking, he's trying his best to answer the questions. So whoever wants to fire off.
Well, feeling their warm embrace and hugs, and your hands reaching out and trying to make a space for them. Indy maybe shows his affection in different ways. It's quite apparent, at least towards Sabrina, maybe towards just individuals and
He
who
was
he
in
is.
grappling range. I would have forced him into the hug. That's one of those. It's like not even aware like he's trying to fight or anything. It's just like
Now
bodies.
you used your tail wrapped around his leg.
Group hug is mandatory. That's all I'm saying.
Well, catching a glimpse out in the direct easternly area in Endymion, you can tell that the clouds seem to be parting. It seem to be parting naturally. Let's just make that a note. They seem to be parting naturally. The rain is starting, just drizzling. Some thicker clouds are in the area, but you can tell in the far distance. But what you also see in the far distance is a certain image that you believed or that you did see in a night, about 3 weeks ago, when you were hanging out with your friends near the river. But only for a moment. You can't really confirm it in your head, but you're pretty sure you saw that again.
As Endymion's looking out at this shape, probably not noticed by the rest of us. Maluk's kind of looks over and goes, Sabrina, Kith, I really, really appreciate the gung-ho attitudes. We cannot fly off the handle and kill all of these people. It's just going to make matters worse, please.
I was just making a joke to make light of the situation. Well, not to make light of the situation, but just kind of like ease the tension a bit. I know we can't just go killing people.
Why not?
Because our families are here. We have to be careful about this.
All right, fine. If they can go around beating up people, why can't we go around killing some of them?
Because there's a lot of them, and they might hurt. They've already threatened his moms. What if they go after our parents?
What if we just took out the ones that did it?
How many are there, Luke's?
Maybe dozens.
You're not sure?
I don't. There's a lot. And if we just go and start killing people, I don't know who all is in it.
Wait, Kith, and she kind of like leans over and whispers to Kith the thing I sent you. It's a thought.
Oh dear.
Okay, I like the first part of that plan, but okay, so can I tell them?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. She can use charm on one of the guards, maybe flirt a little and get some information. Her second part was to kill them. But I think maybe we skip the second part and we just do the first and you gather some information. Because what if it's not all of the guards and then you just kill an innocent person?
If
we get the information first.
There are people that are on the watch that are in on this. The second in command is in on this.
Holy shit. So, what do you want to happen, Malukes? Do you want them all to die, or do you want them...
If we kill them, I prove that I am the monster that they have made me believe I am.
So you want justice. You want them brought to justice.
I want them to taste the medicine that they should. That is right. It shows that I am better than what they have made me out to be.
That's to you. Sorry.
If we kill someone, I am thrown out. If my moms aren't thrown out, they are here on their own. And those women, I don't know what they gave up to look after me. They they're obviously struggling. It's hard.
And you never told them?
No. Are you kidding me?
I didn't tell any of you. I've kept the charade up for all these years.
Okay. So we need to formulate a plan to prove that this is happening, and I don't know, shame them in the town hall at the very least. Do you know if the mayor is in on it?
No, I actually I don't think they are.
And my dad's definitely not in on it. He's not that kind of person.
Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised your dad doesn't know about it. But then again, if this has been going on this long, yeah, he probably would have stepped in and done something by this point if he knew. Which is probably the best.
Somewhat related. When I was talking to my dad, he may mention that there's kind of like a network of people in Floodbless. You figure with all those connections, they may know something or maybe help. We know Kithwin's dad is a harper. Maybe I don't know if this matter would be above them or below them, but aren't they supposed to help people?
They are supposed to help, and he looked really shocked when you came in all bloodied.
I don't want to get too many people in here. I'm sorry. The problem is if they catch a whiff of it, they have a lot of the gossip ladies in on this as well.
Okay, gossip. If we stay a few days, I can keep my ear to the ground at the tavern, maybe be a little more heavy-handed with the drinks and get some information. Maybe some people will start talking about stuff.
I mean, not to sound weird, but I could probably get something out of the guards if I wanted to.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, that's 2 ways to get information.
Another rule or something. Whenever we're in town, I don't think Malukes needs to be alone.
Oh, no, never. You're never to be alone again.
I'm gonna be
Like,
real
not at all.
I'm not sure I'm gonna go back into town until I can figure this out.
Well, I think you should at least go back and check in with your moms.
I can't.
You don't want to lead them there.
My next door neighbor is in on it. I don't know if any of my other neighbors are in on it.
When he says his next door neighbor's in on it, Shanoa kind of glances over at Sabrina.
Me? I'm his next door neighbor?
I just didn't. What?
Not Sabrina.
No, but it was more the fact when he said his next door neighbor was in on it. Shanoa looks kind of over at Sabrina in kind of all the other talk Sabrina had been.
Oh, like she charms the neighbor and gets information that way?
Oh. Well,
look at you go.
Shanoa, just so you know, this could be a two-woman job.
Just to let you know, this is the old guy we're talking
about. I could totally make this work.
An old guy.
This is the really old guy, and trust me, he's
not to be gross, but I can get information without damaging myself.
Do you have any way of like eavesdropping on them, or?
I do.
Okay, so we get we get word of mouth, or we find information that way, but we're still going to need some concrete, like physical evidence as well, like maybe a journal entry or something.
who are we going to turn this stuff into if they're all in on it? Which is strange that the whole town would be in on the beatings of a child.
I don't think the whole town is in on it, but it's just a good chunk. If we can figure out who isn't in on it, then we know who to turn it into.
There's farm hands, there's merchants, there's just watch members. God, that explains why I couldn't hide myself behind a bear on those days. I don't think the mayor's in on it. Do you
Murder
think?
is looking like a better and better option.
Hey, Andy, when you went snooping on the mayor that night, did you find out where those do you remember if those Neverwinter guards were going somewhere?
Yeah, remember before we set up on the trip, they went the other way towards Thunder Tree. Like we saw them leave. Remember?
Oh, I mean, if worse comes to worse, oof, it could be those guys.
Well, like turn it in, kind of like going to from the manager to the supervisor.
Yeah, if they're still there. I mean, if we have proof that the mayor isn't in on it, then sure, maybe him. If the head of the watch isn't in on it, probably him because he probably wouldn't want this going on. I think, unless he's been letting his guys get away with it,
or they've been hiding it under the guise of your wild magic.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense to any of the guys, but they don't know a whole lot about magic here. Not as much as you would think.
I'm gonna be real with you. Anytime we had a meeting, they would just blame it on my magic. So yeah. Yeah, I look towards Sabrina. Your mom is aware I've had a number of accidents from time to time. So
My mom knows you've been hurt.
I don't think she knows precisely of what the whole involvement of that is, but I'll go ahead and say it. I guess I'm just really good at lying.
It looks. I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound kind of mean, but I don't care how good at lying you are. You can't lie to that woman. I can't lie to that woman. She always knows. I don't think there's ever been a time when she didn't know 3 steps ahead.
Well,
So no, I'm pretty sure she knows something.
Either she chose not to see what was in front of her because it was either A, she didn't think it was her business, or B, she didn't want to deal with it.
It's B.
Sabrina, you think we should go ask her for help? Because she seems pretty intelligent, so maybe she may.
Yeah, she's smart. She's incredibly intelligent. I've learned everything
people-
I know about magic from her. She's not going to tell us anything unless we play it correctly. I can go ask for help, but I don't really know if we're going to get it.
I think I'd be comfortable with mostly just us taking care of this. But I want to, if I can, I want to have them on trial. I want to get as many of them as I can out in public,
Okay.
just so they all know. And if it works out, then the town decides what to do with them, and maybe I can actually breathe in this place for once. And my mom won't be in danger anymore.
And you sure you don't want me to ask my dad to use his Harper connections to figure out what's going on?
No offense. Harpers aren't exactly the most secretive bunch. But I mean, maybe if we find some stuff out, we can take it to them and see what our options are. But I really want to keep number of people who know about the stuff to a minimum, because I don't want them finding out.
Okay.
I told you guys.
Okay. Initial investigation. We are all mum. It's all just us. And once we have some evidence, maybe. And I'm also going to keep an eye on my dad to see what's going on there. And if we think it's a good idea, we'll bring it to him, and then maybe he can tell us who's the most likely that we can bring it to get like a trial or whatever going.
Now you said that it's the guards that do it. Are there specific ones?
Oh yeah, can you make a list of the people you know for sure?
Yeah. And I'm actually going to take a moment to whip up this list to bring this list up.
Like I
I
said,
had it somewhere on one of these
names.
tabs. Yeah, no, I have names. Don't worry. But
Yeah.
Luke's.
I have it, but I would appreciate only if you give the names, only the first part of that, like a human male shepherd kind of a thing. I don't want any of the other information revealed.
Yeah, I'm going to basically summarize from my character point of view. Let me just bring that up for you guys.
So while he's doing that, what are the rest of you doing? You're at the treehouse.
And it's what time of day is it? Probably like late afternoon, early evening.
We could put it in middle of the afternoon, late afternoon. It's up to you.
I was thinking night.
It can be night.
Supposed to
I
be
don't care. It can be just getting dark. You tell me how long you want to hang out there and chill out.
I mean, Maluk's kind of has my full attention right now. If anything, she'd be thinking of ways of letting his moms know he's safe without letting them know where he is. If that's something he wants, because I don't want them to worry and go out looking and then end up in trouble.
Well, like, what's a nice bending of the truth we could tell them?
That he's safe and sends his love?
You could tell them I'm wrapping up some side business with what's her name back in Fandolin.
Oh, the seamstress lady. Oh,
Yeah,
what was her name?
Bitch, and I point at Shinoa.
Oh, that bitch. Oh God, what was her name?
I probably have written down somewhere.
Was it like Edna or something?
I mean, that'll buy us a little bit of time if they try and contact her. If she shows up in town, that'll blow our cover, but it works for now.
Frida.
Frida.
Well, I can relay that information.
I mean, I could go in the guise of making a delivery.
Actually, I really did want to go in and get a new outfit.
Well,
So
then
I could probably go. And you need to come with me because we need to plan something.
Oh, they're probably going to give you free clothes again.
We're paying for them. I'm going to insist.
We have money now.
I kind of want new clothes too. Maybe we'll just go in and put in an order.
well, then who all's going? Because remember, we don't want to leave Maluk's alone.
Exactly. Okay. I mean, I can stay if you want. I just already have his mom's and my mom were really close, and my dad kind of helps them out a lot.
But yeah, I can't stress enough. I want to have this done as non-violently as possible, guys.
We'll give it till later, and then we'll go, just so that it doesn't feel immediate after you come into town. Suddenly, we're visiting your mom's.
If you guys have ways of making them talk that don't involve
Violence.
Breaking arms.
That'll be good.
No worries. Murderous intent aside,
So
there are other ways to get information.
Honestly, if it were down to me, yes, I would have no problem just evaporating them.
Chanel or Andy, do either of you have connections to the watch?
We've supplied arms and done
I mean,
repairs for them, but that's about
like
it.
a reason to be in the building.
Well, I mean, your brother used to go out and do little tours with them. Remember, like he'd help out.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm
you
just
might-
thinking,
You could.
if you have an excuse to be in the building, maybe you can take a look at some of their paperwork on the sly and see if there's any evidence. I don't know what there would be, a ledger on how many, like, I don't know if this is something people would really keep written documentation of, but it's worth looking.
Pull up his browser history.
Yeah.
I look towards you guys. I go, honestly, I think some of them might be just full of themselves. Actually, write it down in their journals. It's possible. I don't know.
Have they ever taken something from you? Or like off you? That would be recognizable, that we could prove that, hey, this is not where it's supposed to be?
Actually,
Probably not. It's possible that some of the more cocky folks have done so, but that's a low chance.
So I have your hand. I see you, Sabrina. Hold on one second. So I want to make note of something for you, Malukes.
Yeah.
This last encounter that you had,
Yeah,
when you got up and stumbled out of the area, maybe it's something that you would normally do. Check your pockets, check different things. But nothing is missing. Not even one copper piece.
yeah.
This isn't about monetary gain. This is about something else.
They're pieces of shit. That just makes it worse.
where was you? Where did they attack you today?
Well, the back alleys of the farm storehouses for the town. I was trying to cut my way through, and a couple of field hands caught me, and I was hoping that I could get into public view before they could jump me, but that wasn't fast enough.
Who was it today? Anybody I'd know?
Steward and Gaddy. Attributed to the male and female who jumped me earlier. Gaddy Greenward, kind of a big, strong lady. Stuart Doley. I mean, you guys all know him. He's a fucking jackass.
They don't look much different. One is male and one is female, but they don't look much different. Just kind of stocky, brutish.
Should have known Tweedledee and Tweedledumbass were in on it.
I'm just glad Brabble wasn't with them. Referring to the gentleman that we saw on the way back into town. Brabble's the one who broke my arm that day.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's like one of the town golden boys. What the fuck, man?
And also to clarify, you would all know that incident was blamed that I had tripped over some tools in the back side of the temple where they were busy renovating a little bit of the exterior work. I broke my arm so badly a wild surge happened and I summoned a spirit of fire within the temple. It basically sensed danger, didn't know who the enemy was, and wreaked havoc on the inside. A lot of the town got involved with it in order to put out the flames. I burnt scripture. I marred the statue to Shantae, and and a lot of the offerings were just ashes afterwards. I was then forced to publicly apologize.
So Sabrina, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Could I do a history check on the person he just talked about to see what my character knows of them?
Sure.
I got an 18.
Are we talking about Gaddy or Stewart?
No, they talked about the brown person, the worst one.
Bravo.
I want the one that the one that hurt his arm.
Mr. Gragg.
That, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's known. I mean, he's probably pretty damn good with the ladies. You've probably caught his eye once or twice. He's a very good looking kind of guy. Pretty much known being a hunter. Kind of brags about himself a little bit too much in the bar every once in a while. Always down for breaking a horse or two.
A Gaston type.
Got that square, chiseled chin with a dimple in it, probably. One of those guys.
Ugh, I hate when he comes into the bar, he never tips.
No, because his presence is apparently better than money. All right. I need to go outside for a bit, if you all excuse me. I need to go. Are we outside or are we back in the clubhouse, actually?
I think we moved into the clubhouse to talk.
Okay.
It started raining.
Especially with like wanting to say this out loud, I didn't want like if there was a chance of prying ears. The next door neighbor I'm talking about is Sorston. Cold Lake. You guys know he's been here forever. He's an old son of a bitch. Cranky dude. Like when I say next door neighbor, it's one of those that guy sort of situations. Old man yells at cloud situations.
So,
seeing Sabrina go outside, I kind of step outside as well.
I'll stay behind.
She is on the ground, like feeling the ground again. Like she's like laid down, touching the ground, and staring up at the
Genoa
ceiling.
kind of like sits down like next to her, and in Elvis should be like, I know what you want to do, but not now.
That's why I'm out here, laying down, letting the earth calm me.
I know as soon as I go in, you're going to wander off.
You don't know anything, Shanoa.
I can't stop you, but
Would it help if I
Trust
said I
me.
wasn't going to do anything dangerous?
trust me, I would rather just go right in there. I don't know what I'd do, but I just want to march right back in town, but I don't think he wants us to do that. And I want to
Nope.
respect his wishes.
I'm going to respect his wishes, their wishes. And in that moment, also, I need you to keep a secret.
Okay.
It's not that big of a secret. Just don't tell anyone. Well, Kith knows, but just Kith and you. And then I will once again be turning into a cat.
Hold on.
Do I see this?
No, I would. You guys wouldn't have seen. We were outside. It's dark. You don't have
That's
time.
the
You see
third
nothing.
Wait,
Third one I missed.
is
Nobody sees me, but
this,
Shanoa.
this is the same cat that was at the camp, right?
Yeah, it's me.
So the cat is talking, right?
Just this
Yeah.
beautiful white cat
No, we
says,
can
yeah,
talk.
it's me.
We can talk. Apparently, I looked it up. I can still talk.
Congratulations,
yeah.
you're Sailor Moon.
I'm going to sneak into town, sneak over to those idiots, Tweedledee, Tweedledum. I just want to see if they boast. I want to hear. And I'm not
Look,
black. I'm a midnight blue.
Look, they already attacked. They attacked Balooks. For
I
all we know,
can't.
they may be homicidal people and may kick a cat.
Then
I
I'll
don't
stay in
know.
the roof. Just shh, I'll be back in a bit.
I'm
Keep this to
so
yourself.
mad he climbs
Okay.
the kick.
Who's
Time is
going
of the
back?
essence as well because you only have
Who's,
that wild shape for like an hour.
who's going back to town? And it's about an hour to get to town. Remember,
Oh,
we've
is
already.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
we're
that.
out here, so.
You
Okay.
know
Well
that.
then I'll just like kind of turn back and be like, that's
Oh.
my plan.
I'll let you. It's perfectly fine. Whatever you need to
But
do.
no, no, because I still have to be a cat in town, and I don't want to break the rules that way. So
Wait.
I'd rather just like kind of turn back and
Yeah,
just
it
be like,
doesn't bother
that's
me
my
a
plan.
bit because I don't know what you're searching for.
I want to overhear them. I want to see if they boast. Maybe they like talk about it to themselves.
Boast of beating up a little kid.
Yes. If they're doing it, why wouldn't they talk about it? Amongst themselves. People who do things like people who do this, yeah, but if they're amongst themselves and people who do stuff like that, they do talk about it.
Okay.
And I just wanted to overhear. However, that can be put off for another time. I'm just saying that that's the plan. And she's telling Shanoa the plan.
Oh, just if you do that, just don't be hasty. So I was talking to my mom, and like I was asking her about like some of the situations we've been in. I don't want to step on any toes. Do you want me to like nudge him some for you?
You asked your mom for boy advice?
Yeah, I just needed to know.
That must be nice. Because I wouldn't dream of doing that.
She did like clarify that they're all dumb.
Yeah. But like I keep saying, I don't think he's dumb. I think I'm playing some weird game, or maybe I'm just overthinking.
But again, I didn't want to step on any toes, but if you want me to try to like nudge, I don't want to overstep any bounds.
Okay, like not nudge, maybe question. I just want an answer. I just want to know, am I on the right track or am I completely losing my mind?
Okay, I'll play it by ear.
You have to tell me.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. You can't. Even if he tells you don't tell me, you have to tell me. I won't tell him you told me, but you have to tell me.
Well, do
Girl
you want to write a
code.
note? Do you want to write a note and it says, "Do you like Sabrina? Check yes or no." I go give it, and then I bring it back.
Why not 12, Shanoa? But come on.
He fills out a third slot.
Maybe just ask. Just ask. Maybe he'll tell you. And if he tells you, then you can tell me, and then I know what I can do.
Man, this is complicated. I
I
think
know
that
it shouldn't be this complicated.
I think the Maluk situation, or me possibly being who I say I am, is a lot more easier than this.
I feel like the Maluk situation just involves us having to calm ourselves. That's probably why it's a control your emotions kind of thing. And you're gonna look so nice in the dress I'm gonna pick out for you.
I'm going back
It's
inside.
for my looks. It's for my looks.
I'm gonna go back inside. Please don't do anything hasty.
I will be out here on the ground, just taking in nature.
Okay. I go back inside.
I stay on the ground.
Is she touching grass?
She's rolling around in it. Almost like she was a cat rolling around in the grass.
Her powers are getting weirder and weirder, but I kind of dig it.
Sorry, what?
She's doing her nature thing.
Okay.
All right, so plan. We gather information and then decide what to do with it then?
So I do have more names. I'm going to try to lump these into occupations.
Can you just send them? Send them to.
I'm gonna make this as brief as possible. So, like for instance, since you guys have asked about the watch folks, names I have there are Kif Budev, who's one of the deputies, as well as Renaud Lobluff, basically both of those guys are deputies, and they're both very much in on this stuff.
Okay.
Kiff is if the DM will permit me to say this, it is kind of well known by town, and is basically he's kind of well received. There's a couple of names for of some washerwomen, a merchant, and a cartwright. Other than that, in the field hands, it's basically like a smattering of people. There's some information I have on them. Basically says like, despite the fact that I know some names, not all these names have actively taken part in the activities. It's and I also mentioned like it's entirely possible that you could get some of these people to admit or flip or confess or something.
You mean people who saw and maybe like asked them to stop but didn't report it further?
Oh, there's
People
people.
who have just watched. Yeah.
Okay. Well, get that list together, send it to us. We'll formulate a plan. In the meantime,
Well-
she'll reach up and just kind of like clean some of the leftover blood off of your chin. What are you going to do? You going to hang out here? It's going to be kind of boring for you.
Well, look, we probably should. I'm going to head back into town. Trust me, I'm not going to do anything dumb or hasty, but just to check in and because we just kind of disappeared on our family, so I could just like
Right.
pass along.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's
No,
fine.
no, it's okay. I'm glad you told us.
Yeah, Maluk's I swear, nothing. I'm not going to look for trouble.
Well, I guess I can hang here if you guys want to go out and get some stuff done in town. I can always work the night shift at the tavern later and get some more information that way. And in the meantime, I pull out my game set. You want to play some cards or something?
Yeah, I can do that. I'm pretty sure they don't know about this place out here.
Well, that's what we can hope, I guess. Just Endymion, kind of overly quiet, just thinking about all the stuff he's been saying. Have you eaten yet? Or anything? I could just leave you my rations before I go back into town.
Malukes thinks for a second. Oh fuck. No, I haven't.
And I'll just take it out and hand it to him. Yeah, I mean, I'll see what I can find, if anything. It's something I'm good at it. But yeah, I mean, just make sure you eat up and feel better, and then I guess we'll come back later to see what we find. He'll just walk out.
Thank you, Andy.
So who's going to town? What's going on?
It's the three of us. It's
Okay.
I'm staying with. I'm taking Maluk's shift
Awesome.
and
Where are you
staying
going?
back.
Where are you going, Sabrina?
She's gonna dust herself off as they're coming out. It's like, well, I'm gonna head to the where is that? The shop? She's gonna say she's headed towards the shop.
The mom's
yeah.
what is it called? An atelier.
Yeah. Atelier. It's a pretty
shit.
word.
Did I ever give it a name? I'm gonna be real here. It's just the tailors, because as much as they've tried to make a fancy name for it, his moms have shown up in town with very little money for them, and it's thanks to a lot of charity from town they were able to get something set up.
Actually, retcon that. She's gonna go back to the apothecary. That's what I want
Going to the apothecary. Where are you going, Endymion?
I'm gonna go back to my mom's house, or my house.
Go back to your mom's house. Shanoa, where are you going?
Tavern.
We'll make it easy on everybody. You walk into the tavern. What are you doing, Shanoa?
First thing I would find Kith's dad and be like, "Hey, and don't get mad at her, but she's not gonna be able to make her shift tonight."
It's quite fine. I have Hulda here. She can help out. Maybe she can have a little bit of an extra shift until Kithwin gets here if she decides to. That girl's on her own right now, but I'd love to see her.
Yeah. Not now. Maybe some other time. I'd like to just sit and talk to you.
Sure.
If
I have
yeah,
time now, maybe later. It's up to
maybe
you.
later. Maybe later.
Okay.
It looks kind of busy right now, so
Okay.
later. It's nothing important. Just
No problem. Have some of these new fangled contraption that I just whipped up in the back. I'm calling them buffalo wings. They're not really wings of a buffalo because they don't have wings, but
they look
they're a little
they look more
spicy.
like look like chicken legs or chicken wings.
Oh, they are. You see, I make more money on selling the breasts and the thighs, and really don't have much to do with the little wingy parts of it. So I thought I'd call them something. Charge a whole silver piece for 10 of them.
Wow. You know what? You'd probably make more money. Like these have bones in them. What if you just like made them boneless?
We need to talk. That's an entrepreneurial heads on those
See,
shoulders you have.
I think about these things when I'm on at the forge, and it's like, it would just be easy just to pop them in your mouth, and now you got to worry about eating them off the bone.
Well, let me get these drinks out. I'll talk to you
Okay.
later.
Okay, and then I turn around and start to walk out.
Okay. I mean, there's people in. I mean, this. So I know that you guys kind of realize this, but this town, this is where you grew up. So
Yeah.
most all these people you know in some way, shape, or form. To be quite honest with you, there are people that maybe you heard a name that Maluk's just dropped earlier, and you're like, really, that person? I would have never thought, kind of a thing. But you do see somebody that you definitely recognize.
I'll be like, I'll turn and do a double take, like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Hey, Shanoa, how are you doing?
Good. How are you, Pep'rrr?
I'm doing quite well. Just got back. Went out with the guys the other night, and well, kind of woke up in Neverwinter.
As of late, I've really wanted to go back. It's been a while since I've been there, but I've just. Wait, you just woke up?
Well, it seems I had a few too many. Well, the fire whiskey is really good, and I had a few too many, and then I woke up in a barge in Neverwinter again. It happens every once in a while.
Yeah. That sounds like quite an adventure. Like, so wait, you were drinking here and ended up there?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, like, who was
Well, that's what
with
I said. I
you?
just got back. It's been at least a week. A few days there, a few days back.
Jeez, who were like the people you were with? Did they explain anything? That seems like a pretty odd story.
Well, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I
Oh,
mean,
come on.
you've obviously gone in a kind of a different direction, kind of all goody goody, and I'm just trying to live a good life.
Oh, come on. There's still a wild side in me.
Well, I mean, Stuart is still attracted to you.
You know, there's better people than him.
You know, he's kind of lumpy in all the wrong areas.
Like, I won't even one like him anyway. I don't even know what we talk about. He's God. I don't like to use the term mongoloid, but that one just comes to mind.
Well, I mean, sitting on the back of the wagon with the tailgate down, having a few drinks with him now and then. It doesn't really look. I get a free drink out of it every once in a while. He doesn't get everything. I've pecked him on the cheek every once in a while, but other than that, he hasn't gotten anything. But I'll lead him on a little bit more.
Ugh. You could do so much better, Pep'rrr.
Well, someday.
God, what does he even like? I don't know. I'm more focused when I'm here. I'm focused on the forge. What does he even do?
Just a field hand. But
Mm.
he still lives in the back of the barn over off the old estate, but he's willing to drop a silver piece or two every once in a while on me, so I'm obliged.
Hey, when was the last time you talked to him?
I think it would be. Well, I got back yesterday, or was it this morning? No, I got back earlier this morning, so it would have been earlier today.
He say what he did today? Weird question. I know.
Did he say what he did today? No, I just spoke. No, I just spoke to him, and he said he had some business to attend to. I think he said he was meeting up with that Greenwood girl,
Gaddy, yeah.
Gaddy. I think he was meeting up with Gaddy. They were just going to work. I guess I don't.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
Two mongoloids. Oh, but yeah, that's a whole nother story. It was fun running into you, Pep'rrr.
Well, cheers. Are you gonna be here for a few days? I've been hearing some news about you and the others.
Yeah. Us, Maluk, Sabrina, Kithwin, Endymion. Yeah, we've had quite an adventure.
Well, when I see you again, maybe we'll talk about it.
Yeah. It's good talking to you, Pep'rrr.
I'll talk to you later. Bye, Shanoa.
Bye.
Miss Sabrina, what you doing?
Sabrina right now is kind of just staring at the door before she opens it to go in.
Is Endymion there with you? I know you.
Endymion went to his mom.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. He went to his mom's. Never mind. Go ahead, Sabrina.
She'd kind of just like, okay, round two. And she's like, open the door, go in. I'm back. Though I'm sure you know that.
Not for weeks this time.
No, that I grace you with my presence twice a day.
Well, you should probably fix your hair and that tear in your dress.
I was out in the woods. Occupational hazard. Before you get at me over maybe my smell, because I was kind of rolling around in grass, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have two questions.
Mm-hmm.
One is more urgent than the other, so I'll ask that one first.
Okay.
What is your opinion of my friends?
I don't know if
Like if I asked you what your opinion was of, say, Shanoa,
nice lady, nice girl,
Kitwood.
nice girl.
What about my looks?
Well, a little rambunctious and maybe
And
what's wrong?
rambunctious.
What's wrong?
I have it. Yeah. Sorry. My alarm went off to tell me it's 9. I'm just curious because it's something that I sort of know of, but don't really know of. But actually, I wanted to brag a little. My friends are amazing. I didn't ask your opinion on Endymion because I kind of already know it, but I have never seen someone get shots from the angles he gets shots. I have never seen someone punch the living hell out of anything the way Kitwin does. And Shanoa's basically just divine light. And Maluk's, he could break ground. Like he could make a hole in the ground out of moments thought. And I don't think the entire 3 weeks that we were gone that I ever saw him get hurt. In fact, I saw him do so well. I did terrible. I was actually the weakest link of the group, believe it or not. All that training, I did nothing. But it's just so weird to me because I realize I grew up seeing him actually, or them, be very, I don't know, clumsy. And I never saw any of that. And I'm just curious because, you treated everybody. If you had any insight.
I'm not sure what you're trying to ask, but
Well, just
Maluk's, I
someone who's
care
super
for
close.
him. I care for Maluk's deeply. And the rest of your friends and Endymion. No, I don't think you know what I really think of him, but he's a little bit of a troublemaker.
Well, your opinion of him doesn't really matter, but that's fine.
Oh, so now we're taking away somebody's feelings and we're not validating them. Is that what we're doing?
Oh, you are not going to use therapy speak with me, Mom. Stop.
Is that what we're doing today?
You know exactly why your opinion of Endymion doesn't matter to me because you've given it to me. Okay? I already know what it is.
Wait. Say that one more time.
I know exactly what your opinion of him is, just like you know exactly why your opinion of him doesn't matter to me. We've talked about it.
It's kind of funny.
Can we get back to what I was asking before? Because it's slightly urgent. I don't want to talk about Endymion.
I don't I don't know the question that you're asking. I don't.
How could I have seen my friend grow up being nothing but a klutz and then in just a span of 3 weeks be the most amazing mage I've ever seen? And my mom, who treated a good chunk of the town, including them, say nothing but rambunctious.
Maybe it's his proximity to Floodblessed that somehow impairs his ability to distinguish between large rocks and small rocks and falling, or I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't know how to answer that question for you. I have not seen him since we've gotten back or you've gotten back.
Can I do an insight check to see if she's being honest that she doesn't know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Probably is, but just to check. Wow, that's a nat 1 for a 6. I guess I know nothing.
She seems to be telling you.
I think I need to give you my rock.
Oh
me?
my god, that's a great roll. Honestly, I don't want the answer to this. This is great mystery.
So
No,
she kind of just stays staring at her mom, like stare her down, like trying to see if she can catch something. But when she catches nothing, she kind of just slumps a little, like.
I've heard the good deeds that you and your individual friends have been doing, and I encourage you to continue to do that. I think
You're
you and I
encouraging me.
need to talk about some other things. But the fact is, what I was going to say earlier was you sound a little bit like me when I was talking to your grandmother about your father. Because she didn't like him either.
How did you? You know, fine. I'm not even gonna touch on that one because that's just. I'm not touching it. But you brought it up, so that means you have to talk about it. So I want to know about my dad.
Oh, you're old enough.
What?
You're old enough to
Oh, okay.
know.
I thought you
Slow
said
down.
so I was like, what? Sorry.
His name, well, it's Galileo Elbro. Elibro. Elibro.
Okay.
He's
Galileo?
mage. Human.
Figured.
Well, that was pretty much an easy one. I'm an elf. You're a half elf.
Yeah.
You could be
Where is
part
he?
dwarf,
That's not funny. Don't say things like that.
but pretty positive. Well, it could only have been him.
Oh, okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna. Nope. Yeah, it's only him. Let's not even divulge into why you would say that. Okay. Well, where is he? Who? Like, okay, I got his name. He's human and a mage, but where is he?
Thalavar.
Salavar.
Huh? He lives on the third floor. He lives on the third floor of the high tower in Thalavar.
Is that a prison? What?
It's a place, my dear.
He said tower, so I was like,
Well, the town surrounding the town area is Leilon. Leilon. It's in the northwest corner of Faerun, up the Sword Coast.
Faerun. And what? He just didn't want to stick around.
Well, what you have to understand is that, well, I guess the traditional way of thinking with a mother and a father or two individual parents staying together in some manner in order to raise a child, well, my society really doesn't hold that to a truth, or at least a finite truth. Usually depending on the culture of the individual, race of the individual, those norms may be the same, but for the most part, there is no standard in which. What you find is that usually individuals, especially individuals that have, well, unique magical abilities, such as yourself, they are to seek out other individuals who have the same like abilities or stronger abilities in order to perpetuate a line of individuals that could possibly carry on even a greater power of lineage.
if I'm understanding this correctly, so you guys didn't have some wild torrid affair that resulted in me being the product of love. I'm the product of breeding for a better mage.
Though you are a product of love, I love you. And I'm positive that he loves you. We just both look at it a little differently than most.
Well, they say don't meet your heroes. So what is he? He's a mate. Like, why was he so special to make a baby with?
Um, he is a very powerful wizard. He does a lot of research within different dimensions in space and time, planar mostly.
And you could, in all that time, you never thought, hey, I should go visit the child I spawned.
What?
Well, he is a man. Human man at that. I guess I can't expect too much.
Well, I'm sure that if at some point in time you decide to go visit him, he would receive you well. I would give notification, though, first. I don't think I would just end up at his doorway knocking on it. I don't think he would gain entrance. There's quite a large Neveresian guard.
So I'd have to jump
There's a
through
legion of
hoops to see.
individuals there guarding him. So,
If I have to jump through hoops to see my own father, then he can stay where he's been my entire life.
Well,
barring me needing to, by some drastic random reason I have to see him, I think that he can stay where he's at.
very well. We can have other conversations. I mean, at some point in time, you're going to have to spend some time here. At least, well, I need you to spend a few days here, at least working, building back up the potion stock. It's kind of interesting. I do have some ideas, and I still need to pay back Kithwin's father a little bit of coin, but
Yeah, of course I'll help. The plan was to stay a few days.
Okay.
Sabrina's whole like she's just feeling really defeated because she feels like she's still losing and not able to get the information that to help anyone or to help herself. So she's kind of like, yeah, okay. Why didn't grandma like my dad?
well, he thought he was kind of a pompous, arrogant individual. Grandmother's beliefs were more those traditional type in which man and woman fall in love, or two individuals fall in love, deeply in love, or
What's wrong with that?
create a household and live in a small domicile with a brightly colored fence.
I don't know about that, but I don't think there's anything wrong with falling in love or madly in love. I think that would be really nice.
Well, you are loved.
Yeah, I know, Mom. I love you, and I know that you love me back. It's not what I mean.
Well, if that's what you find within Endymion, I can't stop you.
Mom!
I wouldn't stop you if that's what you want.
I'm not talking to you about this. This is weird.
Well, very well then. I'm going to go back to I have some literature to continue to read, and I do have a few spells.
Look, I'll be back.
Trying to relearn. So
I'll give you this. I will be back in the morning, and I will work, and I will do what you want me to do. But tonight, I kind of want to see my friends. Some stuff's happened, and I want to help.
Very well then. Ta-ta for now.
Right. Actually, before I go, just real quick, if in your research, if you could just look something up, is there any way to enchant a quill to write as I speak?
I'm sure I've seen a few of those around. Let me do a little bit of research and I'll get back to you.
Thank you.
Does it have to be a
Got it.
quill?
No, just a writing utensil.
It has to be a writing utensil. It can't just magically appear on a page.
That would work too. So long as it's on the page.
No problem.
Thank you.
Mr.
I'll be back.
Endymion. Mr. Endymion.
But at this point, he would be probably back home, walking back in to talk to his mother. They just walk in, just apologize to her first, like, "Oh, sorry, Mom, just abruptly leaving. There was an emergency." Well, I guess it's a better time than any because you had mentioned if I needed help finding some information, and it seems that
What's on your mind, boy?
well, it's not about me. It's about Mendux. Apparently, he's been getting tormented for a couple years now by some people in town.
Well, that's a little unnerving.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, it's kind of how we felt near hearing, being so close to him and just finding out ourselves.
Just his mom.
But yeah, apparently there's some people in town involved, and they're pretty shady. So we're just trying to get some kind of info on it. But I was actually gonna go talk to Will also, but
well, he would be the first place I would start.
yeah.
Want to talk to him now, or did you want to talk to him tomorrow? I think I would enjoy the company if you wanted to.
No, yeah, that's why I came back here, just to hang out. But yeah, I think this is one of those things where it's like, well, I mean, you and Will were involved in my training, so I don't think I have to mention. And mum's the word, right? But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's something hard to hear, but hopefully we can clear this up. It's just, like, it sounds a little messed up, but like, what, like, he wants, like, justice, and I get that, but some of these people involved are kind of, up there. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, they're gonna get slapping a wrist? Oh, they're just beating up some weirdo or whatever it is from town. You know what I mean? Blaming him for stuff. But if anything can be done, then that's more than enough reason to try to help him.
I have a question for you. If you could do something right now, what would you do? Maybe to rectify this situation for your friend Maluk's.
I mean, it's kind of I don't know. It feels like an open question, but I mean, whatever you needed help with, like, that's what I would do. Like.
Whatever he needed help with.
Yeah.
So didn't you just mention hurting them? Or is that a fabrication of my memory from another day?
Which part?
You should probably talk to Willard.
Yeah. That's the same. No, yeah, it's just. Oh, man. No, for sure. For sure, I'm going to talk to him. It was just, I don't know, just the number of people involved. It was something like, info is important. So, like, it's just the more we have. But
And what real information do you plan on trying to get?
it's like, no, like, I understand. Like, if there was, like, more to it, like, I mean, like, I get it. Like, it's fucked up what they're doing, but there's, like, why? Like, Like, oh
But let's.
I'm sorry, it's just a lot of emotions about hearing this, and
But
kinda came
what's driving those emotions? Maybe that's what I'm missing from this entirety. Is it the emotions from an individual who's getting picked on?
it's just. It's just I'm trying not to like just burst out in anger. It's just
For what reason?
it's just infuriating hearing that's been happening. And that's enough, you know.
So what would you do, Endymion, to rectify the situation?
It's like maybe they're rubbing off on me in a bad way, but it's just like if I did the thing and then it was just
Did the thing.
oh man, it's just
What does that mean?
oh, it's just he just wanted a non-violent way, so it's.
Well, I would encourage a non-violent way. I would not in any way, shape, or form, if you're telling me these individuals are of higher government echelon, I would not in any way, shape, or form engage in them. Well, let's just say in a manner in which somebody could definitively discover your, or others in your party, their identities.
No, I know that part. That's why it's so. It's
Look,
not easy.
Look, it's 1491 DR. There are plagues that traverse the entire continent.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe one of these individuals maybe they would fall ill to a spot of, I don't know, uncooked pork, or possibly a tainted wine or beverage.
Yeah. I mean, I heard that they might have been prone to some kind of filth fever, even. But yeah, if anything, I'll for sure speak with Will.
But I would talk to Willard in the morning.
Yeah.
If you need information and insight on other things going on, he is the direct contact that I would have. So I encourage you to go to him directly. I mean, he has been your mentor for some time.
Yeah.
I would also recommend thinking about being able to obtain some of this information on your own. That would have you join a guild. Guilds can help you out in a lot of these informational tasks.
Do we even have any here aside from?
Well, guilds exist in the most unlikely places. What you've told me, lots of things in this small town bars don't seem to exist from an outsider's perspective. So pass on this information to you and your friends. It might be beneficial to see it from the inside out.
No, yeah, for sure. It's just a lot of emotions going on, so I'm trying to be clear-headed about things, not rush, cause unnecessary trouble, but not for sure. Tend to let him know. But yeah, I mean, first thing in the morning, I'll speak with Willard. Maybe he knows about these guilds around here. But yeah, I mean, I'm all here for the night. If there's anything you want to do, play some games, just catch up. Maybe you can tell me more about my dad. I don't remember him. I'm sorry.
We can have a conversation in the morning. I'll fix you something. I'm feeling quite well in the past couple of hours, 3 or 4 hours. I've been feeling a lot better over the past week or two, getting better, and especially today. I feel quite well. But I can't wait to start looking for a new place to live.
Do you have any ideas or anything?
Down by the docks. I've always wanted to live by the docks.
Oh, I was actually thinking that too. Like, so it's a nice
Maybe-
place to think.
Maybe by the boardwalk, down by the beach. But nevertheless, if nobody has anything else, we're going to cut this. We're a little over on time. But I needed to get to Pep'rrr. You guys ran out of the tavern. You couldn't talk to Pep'rrr earlier. Nothing from anybody? Okay.
Oh God.
Oh, actually, I am out again as a cat slinking about the town.
Slinking around. No problem.
I'm just apparently we're having a slumber party and the yeah, I'm just teaching you how to play cards.
I have tried to replicate Endymion's bell snare trap thing. It's gotten really shitty. I'm not great at it. I've got myself tied up in it again, but you know, and also I realized halfway through I don't have a really good set of bells. So
we'll sleep in shifts. It's fine.
yeah.
Depending on the answer Ken gives me to my text,
Sabrina's mom had a sleeping agent.
Oh man.
Yeah, that would be fine. A powder or something like that. I wrote it as a sleeper agent.
no, it's different.
Yeah,
For what I want to do. So as soon as I get done talking to Pep'rrr, I'm start making my way towards the apothecary, and I'll just leave it at that.
Making my way downtown. Hello.
You will see me as a cat. You will see me
I
as a
need
cat.
your strongest potions.
not a problem. So, I think we have Golden Ghost coming up on Friday. I know we have TikTok ban coming up, I guess, if that's really a thing.
They're trying to push it back. They're trying to push it
Well,
Hey, the U.S. government is U.S. governmenting. The way it looks right now, it's going pitch black dark on Sunday.
so
That's the
my
latest
understanding is it actually is not going pitch black dark. Just the ability for them to do anything.
They're fully
all the other
removing
stuff.
it
Yeah, because it's supposed to
because
go
the
to,
servers
like,
are based
directs you to a
in the
page.
U.S. So instead of it just being unupdatable, it's just going to go black, and there's going to be a thing that says "click here for more information." So we're not even going to get the degrading version. It's just going to be gone. So
I don't
if you
believe
guys have TikTok, save the shit that's important to you before Sunday.
I don't believe it.
God damn lizard people.
I don't believe it. Elon Musk and that other dude and 16 other
That's the word on the street from people I know from back home in DC.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Well,
Mr. Beast gonna buy it?
Yeah. That guy
That's what I didn't hear.
Find me on Red Note.
Oh, by the way, I'm on Red Note.
Charles
I
won't
just-
let me.
I
saying.
just signed up for it last night. So
It's fine.
I'm on Sky Blue. Just there.
I have the
Blue
meta
Sky.
apps. I'm not super active on those, but I have them. You can find me everywhere under Pandora's
can't-
Anchor.
I can't get rid of my Facebook purely because I have over 10,000 photos on there that I have nowhere to store.
Honestly, I got
From like when my kids were born up until now. Only reason.
It's the only way I can contact with my folks, my extended family. So I have Facebook. I'm just not active on it.
I use Messenger a lot for my siblings too.
all right. So if there's nothing else, I will say bye for the evening. Had to get Pep'rrr in there. Sorry about that. But
I want to give a thank you to everyone for letting me have a chance to monologue. So, I've been seeding the breadcrumbs all up to this point. So, thank you for letting me have a moment.
Now you have to deal with us murdering all those people.
At the very least,
Maiming
like,
them.
I want
naming
to
them.
get.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I want to get us at the very least legally vindicated in order to do it. So it'd be great if we had a trial, but well, hopefully things shake out.
I'm getting Shanoa an address, and we are gonna go girly pop our way into some information. It's happening. Accept it.
Okay. I'm gonna turn
I'm
this
so glad I'm gonna be busy for that.
But if you
I'm
guys
gonna-
want, y'all can rotate out who's hanging out with me. So
I'm sure we will, because I have to get information from the bar at some point.
whatever
And
you-
at some point, so we have to go talk to the moms at some point too. So lots of cool stuff happening.
Yeah. Malukes and I are going to talk about that. But anyway, I'm gonna pop this off, end it for the evening. I'll see you guys on the other side in just a few moments because I think there's even another new video for us to watch. Bye, guys. See you next week, same time, same bat channel, same bat place.